Angel Lyric, Queen of Cover Music, here with the podcast on Print Media. I'm here with my co-host, Squiggalik the Entertainer.
Hey now, say now, what's up? It's your boy Squiggalik the Entertainer, the one and only. And like she said, this is On Print Media. Tap in, you feel me? Where we giving you the latest and the greatest from religion, entertainment, sports, politics, current events, and we're giving it to you raw from the jaw. And we are On Print Media.
Uh-oh. Killer. Come on, call that nigga. I bet you bang like gorillas. Hey, one of the saying, one of them beats, and then I'm playing. No fuck boys in that beat. What it is, What it do,
You need to stop. You need to stop.
What it don't. You feel me now? Can you hear me now?
Y'all see what I have to put up
Can
with?
you hear me now? For real.
I know y'all see what I have to put up with.
Your love.
Yeah. You know you can't say
Good
that.
love.
You can't say that now.
Deserves an encore. Hey, what's happening, man? It's the one and only, your boy Squiggalik the Entertainer, aka DJ Squeak, aka Rebellion, aka Lil Black,
AKA question mark.
it's exclamation, hashtag. It's your boy DJ Squeak, Squiggalik the Entertainer,
And your girl, Angel Lyric, Queen of Cover Music.
and together we are On Print Media.
We on perk. And I talked to my little nephew today, and he said, Auntie, y'all shit still called on perk.
You goddamn right. Ain't no changing. We don't switch up.
Like
baby.
y'all still on perk. I say, man, you need to tune in tonight.
You're damn straight. You heard me?
Rambino.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Rambino, man, and all the folks out there in Greenville, Mississippi, man. 662 in the building. Stand up.
Hell yeah. And shout out to my girl, my sissy, Victoria Gaddison. It was her birthday last weekend, and she like,
Shout out, Vic. Happy birthday, Vic.
happy belated birthday.
It goes down in the Delta.
Down in the deep.
It goes down.
It goes down.
Shout out to
in the
Greenville,
deep.
man. Up, top, down, bottom, north side, south side, everybody outside. You feel me?
Right.
Real talk.
That's
Man, how was your weekend, Angel? I see you got snacks over there.
Y'all gotta excuse me. I haven't eaten all day.
I ain't mad. You keep on loving me.
I'm down in Fremont. I had to get out the house, but
I got something over here.
you actually that was a whole damn plate.
Salad.
Okay. So you asked me a question. How was my weekend?
How was your weekend? A lot going on.
My weekend was very, very hard this weekend because I lost my neighbor next door, which was my friend, which became my sister.
Yeah, man.
So I want to say rest in peace to Geraldine Jackson. We're gonna miss you around here. You know I'm gonna miss you, girl.
That's a big blow.
You know I'm gonna miss you, girl.
That's a big blow because, like you said, she was our immediate next door neighbor, but way more than just a neighbor, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're in a situation where you live in an apartment building or complex condos, whatever it may be, but you don't have a single story home or single family home, I should say. You live with other people, amongst other people. And a lot of times we don't rock with our neighbors.
Right.
We don't even barely know them. It's some
Right.
real shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not like it used to be where
Yeah.
everybody knew each other. So
But in this situation, that wasn't the case. You know, we knew Jerry well. She knew us well. From the time that we moved in, she welcomed us.
yeah, her and her mom.
You know, and we just grew close to them, and kind of started,
Closer than close.
looking at them as like, our grandma and older sister.
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer that like sometimes you come across people who, no matter how long you know them, they really come in the form of an angel. And they really come as blessings. Like
she was definitely sweethearted, just sweethearted person. always hug me, always tell me, I love you, Angel.
Yeah,
That little bitty
light voice,
English
yeah.
accent voice. New York.
English mixed with New York.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, from New York. You know, New York.
And I just feel like, certain people come across our lives for a purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Jerry definitely, God put Jerry in our lives for a reason. We definitely crossed paths for a reason. And I know what that reason is for me. So I'm going to hold on to that and always keep that legacy lit. So, yeah, again, we want to take the time to say, rest in peace, big sis. Rest in peace, Geraldine. We're going to miss you.
I'm going to have my days.
We will be there looking out for Granny, making sure she's straight to the best of our abilities. So, don't worry about that. So that was tough. That was hard to get past. In the mix of so much other stuff going on, we had so much stuff going on in our personal lives.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to keep things figured out and situated. And then it seemed like as soon as we got over one mountain, and just before we was able to take a breath of fresh air, getting past that, then we got hit with that news. So that's life, though.
Yeah, but mind you, that's my second friend that's passed within 2 months.
Yeah.
So I haven't even grieved Raynetta.
Yeah, rest in peace, Raynetta.
So.
Man.
But I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be strong.
No doubt. And what that do for me is like it's a constant reminder for me that we're not immortal.
No, we're not immortal.
We all have a date.
Yeah.
So it's best for us to be prepared as much as possible, and to just try to live every day like you never know what tomorrow's promised.
Living my life like it's going.
So on to a little lighter news. You know what I'm saying?
You know what time it is?
What time is it, Angel?
Time to do wild little news.
What's your definition of wild and loose, Angel?
Put the kids to bed. Putting the kids in bed.
Putting the kids to bed ain't got shit to do with getting wild and loose.
Yeah, because the ass is wild.
And you lose.
Well, I'm telling people I'm lose.
Not like that.
Oh.
No, you ain't loose. I mean, you know what I mean. Anyway. Moving on. You just messed me up with that.
No, you messed me up.
So you want the kids to go to bed at 7:40 at night because what?
So I can find my blunt.
That's the only reason why.
Yeah, I don't be disrespectful for smoking kids' face and stuff. I don't believe in that.
You tell them to go into another room, or you go in another room?
I'm in another room. I'm not moving in another room. Send your kids to another room. It's up to you parents
to parent
your children. Now, if you want them sitting up, watching us, smoke weed and talk shit first, hey, that's on you. Parental discretion advised.
I don't be doing
any
of that.
No, you don't do. You're the educated, smart to the point.
You're very educated.
I am too. I'm not now. I know, but I have to put it down a little layman terms. Get you guys I just have to bring it to you raw. I'm sorry.
So if we had a good cop, bad cop on the show, who would be the good cop?
You would be the good cop. You definitely would be the good cop. I'm not. That's why I tell people. Lady told me that. Oh, and you're such a ain't no. No. It's ANJEL.
If you only knew.
ANJEL.
Not Angel. Angel.
So go ahead and make sure you tuck them down, give them some cookies, or something to keep their ass occupied.
I think so.
I'm telling. I mean, if it was if the table was vice versa, that's what I would do. I would not have my kids sitting and watching people on YouTube that, I'd be like, no. Go and watch. You know, you ain't watching Barbie or something.
This ain't no strawberry daiquiri, Bloody Mary.
That look good.
None of that. No cow. This is some.
Let me taste.
This is some sugar water, red.
Let me taste.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Damn, that was good.
Ooh, you put extra sugar in that.
Extra sugar.
Oh yes, Lord. That was
And
fine.
that's what's so good.
You gotta move all these snacks, man. It's making our decor look bad.
Man, please.
Yeah.
You sure ain't stop eating though. Shit. You making the decor look bad. You ain't stopped eating yet though.
You gotta put this stuff up.
Okay.
Look at you. You got dipped in a Panera bread container.
That's homemade dip. It's homemade.
Okay.
Ranch. I'll make homemade ranch.
Can you put it over here on your side?
He's trying to hide the homemade ranch, y'all.
And your chips too.
Why?
I'm gonna keep eating them if you don't put them up.
You better go.
Yeah. All right. We finna get to it. Like we flew it. You know it's time to do it. So we're gonna be on a tight schedule. 7:45. We got go time right now. Sports wrap. We're finna get to the sports wrap, man. Hey, I'm gonna try to get up out of here as quick as I can with the sports wrap, but hey, it's a lot of that went down this weekend, and a lot of that's pending. Sports is on fire. Right now is a great time to be a sports fan, man.
Really?
That's all I can tell you. It's
I want to
going
hear.
down.
What's going on? What?
All right, we're gonna do this sports wrap, man. Wrap up the weekend and today's hottest, latest topics in sports. We're gonna be talking about the NFL, NBA/WNBA, Major League Baseball, college football, and last but not least, the sweet science, baby. We're gonna talk about boxing. Excuse me.
Did you just burp like that?
Hey, my bad. It's better to burp than a shirt. Starting off with the NFL. All training camps are officially underway for the National Football League. Every last team, all 32 teams, have officially started their training camp. And let's just say this year football is going to seem like it's bringing its physical back because it's already people getting injured. A couple of season-ending injuries already in the first week of training camp. So the pads is on. Some people got their first, second, or third day of full pads popping off. And when I say the plastic is popping, the plastic is popping. So if you ain't come to play football, stay your ass
at
out
home.
the kitchen.
Stay your ass at home.
Speaking of football strapping up and being in pads, shout out, much respect, and prayers for safety out to Damar Hamlin. For those that don't know who Damar Hamlin is the young man, 24 years old, free safety for the Buffalo Bills, the young man who lost his life last football season on the football field and was resuscitated.
Oh yeah,
Brought
he's
back to life.
ain't it? Yeah.
He was brought back to life, resuscitated, and he has made the conscious decision to continue his football career.
Oh, that's good then.
So he has come back,
That's a good thing.
not a season removed, not 2 or 3 seasons off. He's coming back the following season. And he was doing an interview and he said something that made a lot of sense. He said, I just want people to be patient with me. I want people to support me, support my decision, but I would be untruthful to come out and say that I don't think about my injury. I don't think about possibly getting injured again. And I don't think about, the fear of what can happen if that was to happen again. So he says, I'm trying not to play scared. I'm trying not to play tentative, but I'm human at the same time. So I'll be lying to say that I don't think about it. And I think that's the most human thing that, I've heard all week. So shout out to that young man. I hope that he gets better. I hope that he, recovers, comes back full 100%, is able to keep his starting safety job and go out there and make an impact. Shout out to him. And he said that he is fueled by his faith, and his faith alone is what got him out there. So can't knock that. Shout out to DeMar Hamlin, man. Best of luck to you, young man. Further on, we're going to move over to the NBA/WNBA. And we got a brother named Mohammed Haslam, forward/center for the Miami Heat. He has called it quits after 20 years of being with the Miami Heat. He's been with one team since he got drafted out of college. Stayed with that team, played all 20 seasons. He go back to the Dwayne Wade days, the Chris Bosh,
a long time.
Shaquille O'Neal paid for him. He's been there. He's finally decided to hang it up after 20 years. So best endeavors to Mr. Haslam. Man, you when it comes to a role player, somebody don't necessarily got to be a superstar. Your kids may not know their name, but when they out there, they make an impact. He's the definition of a six man. He's the definition of a role player. So shout out to you, big dog. I wish you the best in anything you got going on. Over to college football. You got some moves going on in college football, man. They shaking this shit up over in football, man. So if you was a fan of a certain team or a certain league, you might have to Google to find out where the hell they playing now. I say that to say the conferences have had some switches.
I heard they was making some changes to the young people getting paid or something.
That's something different. I'm talking about that too.
Okay.
So you got colleges that's broken up into these different conferences, right? And you got what's called top 5, right? And that's your top 5 conferences, which is your ACC, SEC, Pac-12, Big 10, Big 12.
All the things that was part of most of it.
Right? So them is your major schools. So within that, the Pac-12, which is the Pacific 12, it was 12 universities that comprised of the Pac-12. Colorado recently has been added to the Pac-12 and hasn't done a whole lot in that conference. Let's just be real. Colorado hasn't been a threat for quite some time, since 2019. Everybody knows that Deion Sanders is now the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, so a lot of attention has come to that team and to the conference because they want to see if he's going to be able to compete on a level with these other schools, the UCLAs, the USCs, the Oregons, Oregon States, and whatnot. Long story short, Deion has put in a bid and has been accepted to leave the conference and to move over back into the Big 12. The Big 12 is teams like Colorado State, Oklahoma, they're in Middle America and some on the East Coast, right? So he's only going to have one season in the Pac-12. So all the ramping up he's been doing with his players and all that, and back and forth joshing with the coaches in the Pac-12, they only got one season to get at Deion.
Really? Why is that?
He feels that it's a better look for his student athletes to be in what he considers a tougher conference. The Pac-12 is a very, very, very good conference.
So this is something he's choosing to do for his team?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he believes that it's going to bring more recognition, better competition, and more accolades to his student athletes. Where basically what he's saying is the Pac-12 is a Power 5 conference, but they don't got the best ballers coming out of Pac-12.
Okay.
He believes that the best players is coming out of the South and the Midwest. So that's where he wants to move his team to, a division that falls within that conference. Okay. Now, on top of that, 2 of the biggest teams that's also in the Pac-12, they decided to move too. When Deion said, we out of here, we're going to the Big 12, they said, fuck it, we out of here too. So now the 2 of the most decorated historic teams in the Pac-12, which is UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, and USC, University of Southern California has decided to leave the Pac-12 also, and they're going over to the Big Ten, where you got Michigan, Ohio State. So shit is about to be crazy, right? Now, with what you talking about, yes, they are now looking at not only the ability to have these college kids
get paid,
get endorsements, get endorsement deals for likeness, endorsements.
I think that would be good for them.
Their name, their jersey, everything, merch, all of it. They're about to be able to sell it. But now they're even going a step further, and some states are about to let them start gambling.
Yes, that's what I heard.
Problem.
Yes,
that's
what
a
I heard.
problem where the NCAA has rules in place where you cannot gamble if you are a student athlete. Then some states have it changed to where you can gamble. Say you're on a football team, you can gamble and bet on the girls' basketball team at another school.
Right.
So you go to Michigan and you're on the football. You could bet on the girls' softball game, and it's Stanford versus Ohio State. Two teams that ain't your school in a sport that you not a part of.
Right.
But now they're trying to push to make it to the where, man, you can bet whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even on your team.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, but I could see where the illegal controversy can come in. Because if student athletes is able to bet on themselves, right? They know that they can win or lose money depending on the outcome of their game.
Well, they should be able to bet on themselves.
They should.
They shouldn't. Everything.
That's the problem that the NCAA.
Yeah, they shouldn't be able to bet on them. That's like saying.
I think that's what causes a conflict.
Yeah, I think that will.
Because I'm like this.
But I think other people should be able to bet on them. But not them betting on themselves. I don't think.
If I'm the starting quarterback and I'm roommates with the starting wide receiver, and we got bets going.
Hey, Jay.
We gonna run this shit up. I'm like, look, I don't give a damn what the outcome is.
Right.
I'm finna bet on you and your stat. I'm gonna bet that you go get more than 2 touchdowns this game.
Right.
I'm the quarterback.
Right.
You the wide receiver. And I'm gonna bet that you go throw more than 2.
So the teammates can bet on each other.
Yeah.
Oh no, they shouldn't be able to do that. No.
So that's
no.
That's where the thin line is at. They haven't got to that point yet.
What y'all think about that? But
they are in talks of it and trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Is this something
it should be for fans? It shouldn't even be for coaches. Not if you involved in the NFL, you should not be able.
This is college.
Well, especially college.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. Right. No.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Ooh, no.
There's a lot at
There's a lot of biases. Could be
a lot at play.
Hell yeah.
And then you could, man. Yeah, this could be all kinds of shit.
I don't know about that one.
Your defense could be like, man, fuck that. We bet that they wouldn't go score over blah blah blah, and start running plays outside of what the coaching is.
You're right.
Trying to win they bet. They're more concerned about their bet than the outcome of the game. You got to worry about shit like that. So over to Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball. Baseball is baseball. But I will give you some stats.
Baseball is baseball.
Because they did have their trade deadline today, 6 o'clock. I'm not going to go over the trades, but I am going to tell you what the standings is, who is in the top spots.
All right.
So in the American League, over on the East, you got the Orioles and the Rays, 1 game behind each other.
Okay.
Top 2 teams in the Central. You got the Twins, which is a half a game behind each other. Twins is 65 and 41. Sorry, 2.5 games behind each other. And the Guardians is 65 and 44. Over on the American League West, you got the Rangers and the Astros running shit. Nobody else is behind them. So basically, the state of Texas is running the American League West. Over on the National League on the East, you got the Braves, which is the best team in baseball. They got the best record in baseball. That is the Atlanta Braves, for those that don't know. They 67 and 37. Followed by the Phillies at 57 and 49, and then followed by the Marlins at 57 and 50. So that's a tight division, but the Braves is taking away on that one. They are more than 10 games ahead in that division. Then you got the National League Central, where the Reds and the Brewers is the top two dogs in that division. And lastly, you got the National League West, where you got the Dodgers 59-45. You got the Giants 58-49. And right behind them, you got the Arizona Diamondbacks at 57-50. So it looked like it's going to be a West Coast California battle. That's always, them three teams is always funking at the end. They all hate each other, so we'll see how that play out. Diamondbacks, Giants, and the Dodgers. California and Arizona to the finish. Yeah. So we talked about NFL, we talked about NBA, we talked about Major League Baseball, we talked about NCAA football. We going to talk about UFC. August 5th, this weekend, you got a big fight, which is actually going to be UFC fighters boxing. You got Jake Paul, the celebrity YouTuber who's been knocking boxers out. How the fuck?
Don't say Blueface.
No. He's fighting Nate Diaz out of Stockton, California, 209 stand up. Nate Diaz is a dog. We met him on Fremont. That's the UFC fighter we met on Fremont. I was like, he from Stockton. That's
okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's a real boy. He from the hood, Northern Cali, out. You know what I'm saying? Represent Northern Cali to the fullest. It's gonna be interesting. Jake Paul, like I said, he been dropping.
So we got a fight in Vegas this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if that was in Vegas or not. It might be. But yeah, that fight is this weekend though. Exhibition, Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. Okay. And just on a side note, there was a funny little something that happened in boxing after the mega event we're gonna talk about next happened. My homegirl, Clarissa Shields.
Oh, that's my daughter, y'all.
Yeah, only undisputed, undefeated.
I love her.
Champion, female boxer. Yeah. Greatest woman boxer of all time. She was ringside at another spectacular match. And after the outcome of that match, there's one fighter that said he wanted to fight the winner of that match next. Clarissa Shields stepped up and said, "You ain't worthy. Matter of fact, I'll fight you at your weight, 154 pounds, and I'll whoop your ass. Because I'm going to be real. I'm taller than you, and I think I hit harder than you."
Oh, did she say that? Oh, did she say that too?
About Keith One-Time Thurman. Keith Thurman, for those that don't know, Keith Thurman is a journeyman fighter. He's a decent, solid, no pump, decent, very solid, skilled fighter who actually was a 2-belt champion back in 2017 and 2019. Mm-hmm. And Clarissa Shields is like, "I'll whoop you. You ain't worthy to fight Terrence Crawford. Fight me. I'll whoop you."
Damn, that's...
And Keith said, "You know what? You talking all that big girl shit, but guess what? I might entertain it while you playing. Only way I do it is if I wear 16-ounce gloves, you wear 12-ounce gloves, and you got to wear headgear, and I don't. We can run it."
Now y'all know that shit all playing, man.
So my thing, that brings up
a way for the get man, but that they squeezing that shit in there. That's all that is.
What
that shit that they squeezing in with them girls swimmers and them little.
So what you think? You think this is gonna be the one that break the mold?
Hell yeah, it's gonna be the mold, of course.
A man and a woman competing.
Yes,
in the most physical sport.
Yes, it will be.
They can coexist.
Yes.
Well, first off, I don't think the shit is gonna fly. I don't think
I'm
nobody's
telling
gonna
you,
sanction it. And if they do, that shit is gonna have so many adjustments and alters. She gonna have to wear a pad. He can't do this.
That's why you know it's all a joke.
They'll probably be like, you can't hit her in the head. It'll be all kind of shit. You can only do body shot. I'm sure they would have so many of them.
Hey, ill mama.
Yo, mommy in the building. Hi, mama, squeak. Hand pink waving, sending you love. What up, dog? Hey, what happening? So that's interesting. She was a boss for that shit.
I love me some
She said, run it.
Chills.
I'll fight you at 154. I'm like,
wow.
Damn, Clarissa like that.
She's
a beast. So to end this sports rap, man, ain't no better way. Ain't no better way, man, than to wrap it up with the real deal, man. Yeah. Everybody that's somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah.
And heard about the mega fight that went down on Saturday night out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welterweight championship of the world, undisputed. Undisputed. For those that don't understand what that means ain't no talking about it, ain't no fighting it, ain't no arguing. Undisputed. You cannot dispute the fact that I am that motherfucker. It was that type of fight this goddamn weekend. Welterweight division. Not only was it for that, but both of these fighters was undefeated. They ain't never tasted defeat in their career.
Really? I didn't know that.
So somebody had to come out not only with their first loss, but also the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. And it didn't go exactly like some may have thought. Because a lot of people was thinking that the a little well-dressed boy with the with the little pretty taper in the process, curly hair, and the southern slow drawl, and yes, ma'am, they just knew. Earl Spence was gonna go in there, the one from Texas. They just knew Earl was gonna go in there and not run through, but nobody expected that, of course not. But a lot of people did see Earl Spence winning that match. And it being a very technical two-sided match that may have came down to the last few seconds, split decision type.
I didn't say it.
No, man. Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford beat the brakes off of Errol Spence. When I say he beat him like, you know how you beat somebody who did something to your mama and you've been looking for them for about 3 or 4 years, and you find out they over here, you pull up and they just so happen to leave right before you get there. So you're like, goddamn, that anxiety, that intensity builds up, and then you finally catch them at Walmart with a side piece, buying some Walmart jewelry. Oh, I'm not getting personal. But anyway, and you catch them, and you finally run up on them, and you gonna beat on them like a bang. Boy, that's how Terrence Bud Crawford beat that boy ass, man. He beat that boy. Hey, I seen one replay. The motherfucking Terrence, he hit that boy whenever he got ready, basically. Like, this is a boxing match. Boxing, like, I gotta find the opening. No, it's like, I want to hit you now. Pow. I'm gonna hit you twice. Pow, pow. He whooped his ass. It was one time where he hit Earl. Bow, bow. Earl ducked, and he had his eyes like closed, right? And he ducked. And he came in with his head leaning in. Terrence Crawford threw a hook so tight, so short. That's when I said, oh, he just go hit this motherfucker whenever he get ready. Like, you're not getting away from these punches. He was so close. He was like, right, like, bring yourself all the way up in on me. He was leaning down. He did like this. Pow. Oh. He didn't reach out. It was tight. Bow. Dropping. I said, damn, you gonna hit him that close? It was like a Bruce Lee punch. It was like right here, and he just, I said, oh shit, it's over. This boy hitting this motherfucker. Then they got one slow motion where Spence is swinging at Terrence. Terrence ducked under and throw an uppercut. Guess where he hit him?
Hmm.
Try to swing act like you swinging at my head.
Okay, yeah.
Put your hand. No. Just put your hand up. Because you hit me, I'm liable to hit.
Up here.
Right?
Uh-huh.
He ducked. Guess where? Keep your hand right there.
Okay.
He ducked. Guess where Terrence Crawford uppercut
Came
him?
right across the forehead.
No, I'm Terrence Crawford. You Earl Spence.
Okay.
Guess where I hit you?
Right in the stomach.
He hit that man
With a 3.
with the underarm.
Oh, dang.
Ow! You see Earl Spence go, ah! I said, God damn. He hit this motherfucker everywhere. I ain't never seen nobody hit nobody in their underarm.
It's fucking up.
He said, ah! Boop! Fell against the rope.
Oh,
He got on him again. I said, oh, shit, Earl. Didn't nobody expect this. Goddamn me, the Texas rappers, Yellow Beat. Nobody seen this shit.
Oh, no, you didn't say
Yeah,
that.
that's on me. Then I'm just saying. You see that shit coming.
It's on me.
Ooh, got all them Terrence on me. Yeah. yeah. Shit. Fucking Donnie, you got them Terrence on me. Yeah, buddy, he was on your ass. So, man, and he got the nerve to talk about, you know what I'm saying? I let us see a rematch. And, hopefully, we can do it at 154, though. They fought at 147 pounds.
Okay.
He want to fight him again.
At 154, he gonna beat his ass.
7 pounds heavy.
Yeah, right.
You didn't feel that power at
Maybe he
147?
should have been going back and said at 135.
120. Give me a year and let me get down to 120.
Right.
You gonna give this man 7 more pounds? He gonna get 7 more pounds of muscle to punch on you with? Even if it don't come as fast, because I think that's what he worried about, how fast Terrence was. When your sons and your kids look you in the face, you need to be worried about that power too, because he cut you up like a goddamn onion. I'm just saying. Everybody got memes on their pages said that Terrence made that boy look like Martin on the Martin show when he boxed Tommy Hearns, and he had them lumps and knots everywhere. That's how Spence looked after that fight. He beat that boy ass. He did, man. Because he had the afro too, and Spence was wearing an afro.
Right.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, go on YouTube, go Showtime, Boxing, wherever you can. That fight was ooh-wee. Now, last thing about that, as Spence dropped Earl for the 3rd time, he dropped him 3 times, y'all. The 3rd time he dropped him, or it might have been the 2nd, he dropped him and he goes over to the ropes and he's talking shit to a boxer in the front row. That boxer is the one that is about to fight Canelo, which is the twin brother of the cat that got the shit slapped out of him backstage at the weigh-in for the Earl Spence fight. And if you don't know who I'm talking about the Charlo twins. One twin, Jermell, is about to fight Canelo, and the other twin, Jermal, got the shit slapped out of him by Caleb Plant. So the one that's about to fight Canelo, Bud Crawford, after he dropped Spence the 2nd time, he knew he was finna take this belt and was about to be the 2-time undisputed and break history. This man's so cold. As Earl falls to the ground, he goes over to the crowd, gets Jermell's attention, and say, Charlo, I'll go up to 154 and whoop your ass and become the 3-time champion. Nobody ever did it. I'll move up to 154 and take your belts. Oh, man. What kind of gangster shit? Nigga, you ain't even finished this fight. But in his mind, he didn't already process, I done got this nigga out. He can't fuck with me. Then when you fight, you can tell if a nigga can whoop your ass. And you can tell if you can just have your way with a nigga. This nigga can't see you. And it shows, because anybody who really know about boxing, tell me if I'm wrong, but Terrence Crawford stepped off the gas and lightened up on Earl hella times. He was sitting there laughing at him, looking at him. He could have really hurt that boy, hospital hurt that boy. That's it, man. That's my sports rap, man. So I say no to a motherfucking rematch. Bud, go on, do your thing. Reign king at 147 for another 2-3 fights.
Get your weight up. You ain't got a lot of time because you already 35 and you look 45. So go ahead, enjoy this shit while you can. This is the Bud Crawford era.
Crawford.
Hey man, that nigga look crafty. That's why. But anyway, I love you, my nigga. I'm just playing. Don't if you see me out in the streets, I was just joking. All right?
Don't you come up there walking up on my head because I'm worse than he is.
No, I ain't worried about none of that shit.
I hit you with the right and I hit you with the left.
I ain't worried about none of that.
And I know what a 3-4 is too.
I'm on peace. No. Anyway, ain't gonna be no rematch. Run your shit,
in your gut.
do your thing, run the 147 pound, then dip up after Canelo and Charlos and all them and had their way. Go up to that next one, man. Make history. Snatch that shit. Get up out of here. Where can't nobody
really good into the
nobody will be able to do what you did. If you do that 3-time undisputed, it's a wrap. You definitely got to go up there with Muhammad Ali, the greatest. You've got to be top 5 of all time at that point. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Okay. Yeah, the Adam Sports we never hardly ever do that.
Yeah.
Something new.
What's up with it, Cosmo? Cosmo,
We're gonna have
Billy.
definitely.
Yeah, that was crazy. We got to definitely look.
Come on.
Hey, I'm right on cue. 8:15 is when I start my tapping.
Hey.
So we're going into this topic, man. The topic of tonight. If you
Yes,
didn't see it
indeed.
inside of the thumbnail, we're talking about the Migrant Mayhem in the inner cities. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you heard about it. I don't know if you've come across it.
What's a migrant?
You might live in an inner city where it's been firsthand for you. You may have witnessed this yourself. What's a migrant? A migrant is a person who comes from another place and they are moved, transport, travel to another place that is not their homeland. That's what a migrant is. So right now we have a very, very bad problem with migrants infiltrating our southern border. And so much to the point to where certain governors in border states have started to transport these migrants to different states that they feel are allowing for the southern border to stay open, right? So it's unfortunately became politicized where you got governors in these border states, which is typically New Mexico, Texas, Arizona, California, Nevada. Those are the states, that border Mexico. And so you got these states that are being infiltrated daily, weekly by illegal migrants, right? And so now you have some of these governors starting to fight back and they're shipping these migrants off to different cities, different states. And now that these migrants have been dug in these different cities and different states for over a year now, now they have started communities, sub-communities within the cities that they've been shipped to. Wow. And there has been a severe increase in spike in violent behavior and criminal activity in these sub-communities. So much to the point to where now even places like Chicago, the south side of Chicago at that, is one of the major hubs for these sub-communities, and the migrants are starting to actually attack citizens of these Chicago communities. And it's not only happening in Chicago, it's happening worse in Chicago because there's been people actually killed and murdered by these migrants. Countless counts of rape, assault, burglary, and lewd acts. So now you not only have to deal with the dichotomy of criminals from Chicago, New York, these places that these migrants have been transported to, but now you have sub-communities of these migrants
who are engaging in criminal activity. And not only are they doing criminalistic deeds, but they are starting to attack and do these crimes against the citizens within the city. So now you have a dynamic where these people from the city are going to the city council, to the city police, and they're upset because they feel like they are now second-class citizens to these transported migrants. They're noticing that the migrants are getting more protection, more funding, and more resources than the ones that have been living there their entire lives. And not only on top of that, is there a financial gap? These motherfuckers is attacking us and putting crime on us too. That's what we talking about. That's what we own. We are about to get into it. Cosmo in the building. She say, "Hey, Beans." Cosmo said, "Whoa." Hill Bean said, "What's up?" Cosmo said, "I haven't even heard about this." Yeah, Google it. Check it out. It's definitely a thing, and it's getting worse by the week because more and more and more migrants are coming in by the day. The facilities get filled up. When the facilities get filled up and they have nowhere else to take them, they have to start transporting them. A lot of these cities have, like Angel has said, has become sanctuary, so to speak, cities, allowing and welcoming the migrants until they find out that they didn't have enough resources for all of them. A lot of them have been living in 5-star hotels in poverty-stricken areas. And me and you was talking about it, Angel. Why does it seem like when they get transported from these border states, they get transported to the inner city?
Well, I'll get a word in for real quick. I'll tell you, this has all been planned from the beginning. And it was planned. And what Black people need to understand is that we wasn't included in that plan. Because if you watch, I've been watching talking about the border since it started. And at the beginning of when they started letting the migrants over, there was a lot of Haitians came through from Africa. And the majority of those Haitians, they sent back to Haiti. Okay? Right now in Haiti, Haiti has a war going on where they're trying to get to the border, to come to the States. And they're being murdered, killed, raped, everything. Okay? I'm not saying that people shouldn't be coming over here. But if you think about it, when it's all said and done, these are the same people that's going to have your jobs. Same people that's going to have everything better living than you do. All of us struggling over here in the United States, and they getting free phones, free hotels, like he said, 5-star hotels, being dropped off in low-income neighborhoods. It's not even just it's low-income neighborhoods, but mind you, here's the catch. When Gregory Abbott from Texas, who's the governor of Texas, sent a busload of them to mark the venue, guess what happened? Tell them what happened when they sent them to mark the venue. They got rid of them. They said they went in there and deported them out of there. They deported some back to their country, and some stayed. So it's a big problem, big problem.
Il Mommy Bean says the government knows this is happening and they put them there. How come they didn't just deport
them? I just told you. Because so many of us got lazy during the pandemic and ain't decided to go back to work, don't want to work no more. And they would work for $5 an hour just to stay here and have asylum in the States. So it was like everything was planned to break. It's like let's break down the United States. Let's make everybody just really think that we're gonna give them money for the rest of their life for free. They never got to work again in their life. And a lot of us got stuck in this shit, for real. And now we at the point now where the migrants say we coming by the dozen and we're died trying to get here. That's a dangerous journey.
Cosmo said, "Is sis okay? She's normally a little more energetic." You missed it earlier, Cosmo. We just lost a very close friend and next door neighbor. So yeah, things we definitely gotta get through it. It just happened over the weekend just recently. So if you notice a change in both our behavior, especially Angel, because she was very close with Angel, then more than likely that's what it is. You are definitely educator. You are able to adapt to your surroundings and read people. So yeah, she definitely is not her same chipper self, but we go dig through because our friend would not have it any other way. Cosmo say before that, Il Mami says, if our country don't remember and hold up the restrictions of days, aren't we doomed to repeat horrible history? I'm just asking for a friend. Absolutely.
We're getting ready. If people really watch what's happening, see, a lot of folks ain't listening and watching what's happening because we're so distracted by a balloon that went down in the ocean and popped. I'm not saying it was right or anything like that. I'm just saying we're still so distracted by all of the things that's happening until they're doing so much. It's just so much. In 3 years, our country has changed so much, and a big part of that is planned. It's planned. This migrant or I call it what do you call it? What would you call it?
Insurgents.
I mean, it's some words you can use for it. It's like every border is open.
Infiltration.
Illegal. I mean, this shit is illegal.
Facts.
This is definitely illegal. You can't leave our border. What country has their border open for the whole world to come through? Not even China.
Cosmo says, there's been a noticeable increase in migrant and immigrant street vendors in LA. It makes sense now.
Yes, because what they're doing, they're using our tax dollars. You got to remember, our taxes is constantly going up, right? Gas is constantly going up. Electric is constantly going up. Everything's going up, and our pockets getting smaller. Well, where they just send so much money to Ukraine for this planned war, they just send so much money to Ukraine, but they're still taxing our pockets. Everything's getting smaller for us, but our pockets we're having to pay higher prices. You know what I'm saying? So the migrants come over here. How is it that you come over here and you able to become a cop? Illinois and California just passed where a migrant don't even have to be a citizen, but they can cop you. They can patrol you. Shit is planned.
Yeah, Mommy Dean says, condolences.
Thank you.
And Cosmo said, my apology, didn't hear that part. Yeah,
no, that's okay.
It was in the beginning, right around the time when we did the sports rap. So it was at the very, very beginning of the segment. It's all good.
Thank you guys, though. Appreciate that.
Your Mommy Bean said, a friend of mine just went through the proper protocols to be a legal citizen from Paris. To be with his husband in this country, but no recognition for that is blasphemy.
So did her friend come over here the legal way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just went through the
See, that's what I'm saying.
protocols to
Right.
become a legal citizen
There's
from Paris.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with. I think the United States have always welcomed different people into it.
Yeah.
This is land of the free, right? And a lot of folks don't understand what that land of the free means. Okay, because in other countries, a lot of shit we do, we wouldn't be able to do it. We would be murdered, head cut off, all that shit. But I'm saying that because the other people in other countries know this is the land of the free. But they've been told that they can come over here and how many ever, whenever, and to the point where now it's too many. It's so many. You can't go nowhere without seeing them. I know you see them on Fremont. Do you ever notice?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a group or just groups of them. Just groups of them.
Your mommy said, yep. That's what I'm saying. That's how it's supposed to be. Point blank.
Yeah, you come over here legal. I think everybody should be able to come over here legal. Is that the case? But I'm telling you right now, you're not finna go to China, Russia, Iran, none of them foreign countries like that and think you just finna come across their border. Did you see the black boy that just stepped across the line? What happened?
In North Korea?
Yeah.
Locked him up.
I guess he was running away from the military or something, right?
Something like that.
Trying to get away from the man. Man, this shit is crazy. Really though. This shit is planned. And at first everybody was like, especially these liberals, was like, bring them on in. Come on in. Let them on in. Why we can't have them in? It's racist not to let them in. But that's because they was not telling y'all the side effects of it, or what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen. I'm for anybody coming here, but come here legal. What's wrong with that? Show ID, have ID, become a citizen. Y'all don't get it, y'all.
Well, what's the benefit? What's the benefits to the country of having
Migrants come and stay the right way or illegal? There's a lot of benefits for people to come over here because you got different cultures that can teach us different things. You know what I'm saying? They got different ways they do things or we do things. We teach each other, share ideas, grow together, learn together. That's why people come over here, because some of these people over in them foreign countries don't got the luxury of the shit we have over here. They don't got the luxury of that. Hey, Kalisha, you know what I'm saying?
What's the benefit of the country allowing for migrants to come in illegally? Because it's happening by the hundreds of thousands. So what's the benefit? Where does the country benefit from that?
I feel that the country, what's the benefit for those that want that to happen illegally, for them to come over, is what you asked me? Is because what's going to happen is if you get
why is the government
allowing it to happen?
Yeah, why?
I feel that the government is allowing it to happen because they benefit, first of all, from sex trafficking. They benefit from more illegal votes. They benefit from pushing their agendas just because because it's crazy how it's supposed to be okay. I don't get it, and I know that it definitely declines Americans from being taken care of. You know what I'm saying? The veterans on the street ain't even taken care of like these migrants is. You feel me?
Your mommy said, preach, mom. At least come here legally, not illegally.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way that we always been.
She said, more importantly, what kickbacks does the government get for doing this shit?
Money. They wait. If you only knew how
they get money from you.
Well, they're part of the whole agenda down at the border with the cartels they could be, who knows? I'm not going. That's my opinion, my feelings, because people want to shut you up when you feel your, you know what I'm saying, how they do on social media. My feelings is that why would the government want that many children to come across the border without their parents? The government says, okay, your parents ain't gonna get across, but they gonna take in all these kids. Do you know how many kids been missing since the border opened? Since the border been open, it's over 8,000 children is missing without their parents. Why? Why? You got to think about it. It's all comes back to money. Sex trafficking, that's got a lot to do with it. These women are getting raped. These cartels are getting paid because they put bands around their arms. They got different color bands on how much you owe them when they get you across the border. You got people coming all the way from Argentina, all the way from Brazil, all the way from Haiti, from all over the country. And when they get to the border, they put them on bands. The cartels come to them and tell them, when you want to get across the border, okay, this is what you're going to owe me. So they put a band across them. And they come over here and they have to work so many times and hours to make up the money. That's why they act in fool. They owe people. And the government knows it. Mexican government knows it. And the fucking our government knows it. Yes. That shit is all planned.
And Mommy said, freedom of speech. Say your opinion, Mom. I hear you.
You know, and that's what we got to wake up to, because I went in Walmart the other day. Remember we went shopping? And I told LaBelle, I say, baby, have you noticed ain't too many young folks working in Walmart no more? It's all older people, people that been retired, people that probably got back pain, ache pain, feet pain, every kind of pain. They're in Walmart working again because they can't afford not to work with everything being as high as it is. Hell, I got to go back to work. I got an interview tomorrow. But that's the world we live in. It ain't no more. Now, remember, we used to play with each other and be like, ain't no one more income. I mean, you got to have 2, 3 income. Now you really do. You used to be able to get by with that shit. You can't do it no more? No, sir. Everybody got to be working. You got to have a hustle, working, something. Shit.
So, as we continue to have this issue with the migrants, the illegal migrants that are infiltrating the border, and it seems like our government is, allowing it.
Mm-hmm.
When this next voting cycle comes around, do you sense that because of the money and the amount of people that are here to be able to vote illegally, like you said, do you think that that's going to make an impact on the voting outcome for the next cycle?
If they are allowed to vote in our elections and they are not legal residents or citizens of the United States of America, they ass is gonna fuck up. Well, they not gonna fuck up. The government is gonna play into the government's hand more so into the people's hand, because now you got millions of people that are not citizens able to vote in our elections.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what?
Which it don't even take a million.
Right. But what I'm saying, no, it don't take a million. But I'm saying you got so many people, because I think black people are waking up to all the stuff that they seeing from the 3 years that they were promised this and promised that from the Liberal Party. I think they're waking up because they see it. They had to see it and know that, like the lady said on TV in Chicago, we've been bamboozled. We was told this and they gave us this right here. Now everybody's trying to stay afloat, and we trying to figure out where we go from here. How do we stay up? Damn, what's next? You feel me? Nobody was thinking about this. Now you got them literally dropping these migrants off in low-income neighborhoods all over liberal states, because red states ain't doing it. You're not going to drop them off in red states. And if you do, they're going to get rid of them. You see what happened to Martha's Vineyard, right?
Yo, mommy said, facts. Hubby finally telling me to get back to work.
Yeah, it's time to go back.
She said, they votes won't count if it goes off the people's vote.
Right. Well, they won't be able to vote in our election. That's why the Senate is trying to pass executive laws right now. Because if you guys think about it, when we was voting before, it was just an ID.
But we thinking about, I was just about to say, we thinking about in the...
What's the big deal?
We think about in the terms of them playing fair and doing shit with them. But if the government is, if we can go with what y'all are saying, if the government is in on getting them over here and they profiting off of it, you don't think that same government will utilize them to manipulate the outcome?
Hell yeah! Hell, you goddamn right, boy. You write yourself on perk, because that's exactly what they plan on doing. That's exactly what. Say that again, so they understand what you just said. Because that's what they're planning on, and that's why McCarthy is working as hard as he is, and all the rest of them is to stop them from that. They want to be able to let them vote early. These are illegal people that ain't Americans. Vote early. Vote in what's called where they don't need no ID. No ID. How many times have you ever went to vote without a damn ID? How many times you went to vote without ID? We all gotta have an ID. We gotta have ID when we go get liquor. Even if have you been carded? You've been carded before, right? You've been carded lately? I got carded lately. How is it that you letting people that just came across our border, like, hey, you don't know whether they murderers, killers, sex offenders, you don't know nothing.
Right.
And then when you pick them up, here's the thing: what they doing, and y'all need to hear this. They're picking them up when they commit a crime, and they'll give them a court date, and they never show up.
They don't got to.
Or they'll give them they'll say they'll go to court and get out of and they'll turn around and they'll release them on their own, what they call it, recognizance. Come on now, are you serious?
P-ism in the building.
And we've been all of our life, Americans, all of our lives, we have known to, if we commit a crime, we going to jail, we got to bail our asses out. No bail, no cash bails no more. These are all these little California, man, y'all gotta watch out.
He said, what's up, bro? What's up, sis?
What's up, bro?
I'm late. Business calls. I was held up.
Yeah. California better watch out.
Say it again, nickel.
They got some shit coming in California, boy.
Said I saw an 80-year. Mommy Bean said I seen an 80-year-old lady get carded recently.
Right. Come on now. But you're not going to ask a legal immigrant that ain't from our country, that they came across our borders, not just the southern borders. It ain't just the southern borders. They got them on. They're coming through all our borders. It's just the main ones is in Texas.
I just dropped the link in there.
Come on.
Anybody want to join in? Anybody want to?
They are not playing because they know.
The link in the comments.
They know these people will work for pennies, man. And while so many of us sit up on our ass to myself, I don't want to work. And the kids, I ain't never in my life thought I see this many kids not wanting to work. And their mammies ain't trying to make them work.
So there's a lot of grown folks don't want to work too.
Shit. When my pockets get empty, guess what? And my husband don't push me to try and work. He don't never come to me and say, baby, never. But my heart tells me, hey, motherfucker, you ain't able to get that shit you was getting before. Because shit that went up. Shit that went up. My catering business is suffering from this fucking inflation. Come on now.
Ism said, "What the fuck? Not Granny though." Ism said, "What the fuck?" Not Granny.
Yeah.
She said, "Facts, bruh. 80. Lightweight. I was hella pissed."
Man.
That's how they doing it. Yeah, they scrutinizing us to
And then,
tilt
yeah.
and giving them a lot of, and that's what the people in Chicago was really
Right.
like. It's happening in a lot of cities, but Chicago is the number one because we all know about all of the issues that Chicago face every weekend on its own, and they already feel like a certain type of way when it comes to the city state resources that they have to combat the crime and the situation,
right?
The mental illness, everything that they deal with. They feel like they already getting shortchanged and not being appropriately accommodated. Now, on top of that, now you got thousands,
right,
of migrants, coming from other countries that, some don't even speak the language, but they can communicate amongst each other
to commit a crime.
Exactly. They digging in. They in communities. They have their own communities, their own.
Within your community,
they done build sub communities, right? And now, a criminal in New York is a criminal in Jamaica, is a criminal in Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a criminal, you're a criminal. And so a lot of them is bringing that same criminal mentality and behavior over here, and they lashing out on the citizens of Chicago and South Chicago. And it's like, shit, it's already a war zone. So, you got... Right.
They already fighting high crime and everything.
Mamas and grandmas that got babies.
Right.
That's going outside. They already spooked and can't let them go to, the park, can't let them go, different places. That's somebody blessing something. So,
oh, Lord, jeez.
Spook. What you spook for? She think they busting. Look, you be talking all that shit. Now she think the feds at the back.
No, I'm like, what's that knocking at the door? You know what I'm saying? I need to sage my house, man. I got to sage my apartment. Fuck it. I got to sage my apartment.
Bring your ass to that door if you want to. How about that?
Well, we had the porch party about 2 months ago.
Yeah. Scram.
Get lost.
But yeah, anyway. You got mamas and grandmas that's dealing with the likelihood of their babies getting killed just going outside to play basketball.
Right.
Now, on top of that, they got to deal with this extra shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But why? My thing is, why you ain't taking them up to the suburban areas?
Exactly.
Why y'all didn't take? Why they should? That's what people expect. Why y'all didn't take them up to Moss Woods or some shit that we can't hardly pronounce?
What's up, Cosmo? I haven't seen your request yet. Click on there and say that you want to be requested.
It's crazy.
Say that you.
They know exactly what they did when they took them, when Abbott put them ones to mother up there, Marcus Garden, where Obama and all of them stay at. They got rid of quick. They didn't send them back to the border. They sent them back to their country.
So here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. They don't want them in the suburbs, well-to-do areas, because they know what the potential is.
Come on.
They know that out of every 1,000, you're probably more than likely going to have 200 or 300 criminals.
Yeah.
Right? They know this. I'm gonna bring both of y'all in.
Yeah.
They know this. Hey, what's up with it, hot cheese?
Hey.
What's popping? What's up, Cosmo?
Is that your mama?
Yeah.
That my granddaughter. Hi, baby.
Hey.
Cosmo.
Yeah. There she is.
What's popping? All right, I'm just making sure everybody in.
So
I'm gonna add you to Ice. Ice dog. What's up, What's good? What's good?
What's up, Ice?
What's up, bro?
So, she said, pissed off, laughing out loud. I'm backstage. How many can you have? Yeah, we can have up to 10 people.
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, man, this shit this shit is crazy. Like Angel was saying, when they shot him, about a dozen busloads of them up to Martha's Vineyard and up in Massachusetts and all these well-to-do areas.
Yep.
You know, within a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They got out of there
3 days.
and sent them to another, city.
Right.
So for that to be said, they're not going to send them to these well-to-do areas or wherever.
Yeah.
Now they're specifically sending them to inner cities that is already riddled with crime.
Right.
So it's like when you look at it from that angle, you look at the front to the back of it.
Yeah.
You can't help but to, see and feel that, the powers that be, the government, whatever you want to call it, has his fingerprints on this shit.
Right.
And shit is designed.
Yeah. And see, the thing is that it's really a lot of the liberal states, and I'm not knocking the red states either, but these liberal states that set up there and said that they was for asylum seekers and they had no problem letting people in, and we got plenty of room, and especially in New York. What's the mayor name in New York? The governor name in New York?
Scott.
No, not Scott.
Governor?
Yeah, the black guy with the bald head.
Scott with the big teeth.
No, he's not. No, he's not in New York. No, he's Republican. This is Democrat. But anyway, he was all on TV. Oh, we accept anybody in, and we
ex-cop.
Yeah. And we're gonna do this for them and that for them and blah 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 blah. Guess what he's saying right now? We need to bring in some type of help from the government because we ain't got enough room. It's just too many of them. Really?
So how do you think Tucson and goddamn
right, Texas
and San Antonio and how you think they feel?
Shit. And somebody gonna tell me, but you sound like I'm nowhere near racist or anything. They want y'all to believe that shit.
Right.
Everybody wants you to believe you racist because you got an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Well, the fuck them. I'm gonna say what the fuck I gotta say.
That part right there.
Hello.
Exactly.
I will send them all back. Every fucking last one that came across the border illegal, send them back.
Get your ass out.
Blank period.
The fuck out.
It is what it is. You come over here illegal. We accept you over here the right way. Shit.
We got you, Cosmo. She said she'll stay in the chat. She charging up her phone.
Okay.
Good. We got you, sis.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
I don't know how everybody else feel, but speak your mind.
Mm.
No, that's facts, Mom. Because like I was saying, my friend, he came over from Paris and he had to wait like a year and a half going through the proper protocols. And like he left his husband here, so and he was lonely, and that ain't cool. And to have all these people just dropping in, all free willy nilly,
Right.
like that's showing all the other countries how weak we are.
Oh, baby. It done showed them. Because just like I said, you're not finna go across China border.
No.
You're not finna go across Iran, Russia, Ukraine's borders, because you just want to skip and hop across it.
Yeah, they locking niggas up for years.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Hell.
Mhm.
They doing something. I mean, they playing this them.
And dropping all those people in all the immigrants in the already low income areas, that makes me think that the government is trying to kill everybody already in that area, and then having the migrants there, it's just like kind of like getting rid of the old, bringing the new, and possibly
New World Order. Come on, say it.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because you got a good point, mommies, because look at it. This is how it works. You got these places with the low income. A lot of these places have laws in place right now where they're not even punishing people for crime.
Right.
Exactly.
Right? So
yeah,
you have these new criminals coming into these crime-riddled neighborhoods, And now you got
double the
motherfuckers that's
trouble.
already been gangbanging, slanging,
Yeah.
and hanging, and doing their thing. And now you got these new criminals coming in, and they are going at it against each other, amongst each other. And so now you got more crime, more violence in these cities. But guess what? Nobody is going to life. Nobody going to the pier for life for this shit.
Because they got rid of cash bail.
Yeah.
They got rid of the police. They got rid of everything that you can do. That's why I didn't understand. Like, okay, if you get rid of the police, you get rid of everybody with guns, people that carry pack guns, then they're gonna be helpless. How do you defend yourself?
And they've been letting the migrants go.
Yeah.
For charges and tell them that they got to come back to court, and they never show back up.
Never show back up.
Secondly, when they commit crimes, how you gonna track them and know who they is?
No driver's license, no type of identification, nothing.
And on the flip side, if somebody that's a citizen of one of these cities commit a crime on them,
they gonna know who you is.
They gonna know who you
sure
is,
hell is.
but they not gonna care because they not tracking the victims.
Right.
Right.
So you right, Ilmami Beans, is when they do it like that and they specifically target these inner cities to put these people in, you have to have a small inkling that comes across that, hey, maybe this is designed and that is the goal.
Yeah.
Put as many violent people in one area as possible and let them shit.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
And so they're not only, but see, here's the catch. They're not only just putting them in low income neighborhoods, they're putting them in also 5-star hotels. Okay, where the migrants has taken over the damn hotels.
They are
okay. The people said, the lady said, we refuse to tell them to stop because there was so many of them. Okay.
You got in, okay, you talking about the south side of Chicago.
Right.
Right. You talking about 4 and 5-star hotels, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. It's not just Chicago. It's not just Chicago, though.
Absolutely. It's all over the United States.
Yeah.
All metropolitan cities.
Springfield, man. I know Bishop out there, man. He owns a motel, man. And damn. He just said that shit, man. There's all type of Middle Easterns in there, folks all up in there.
Well, all y'all got to do is look at Oakland and San Francisco, because Oakland right now is about to call a state of emergency because crime is so bad.
Oh, I don't know. They don't fuck around. They don't fuck around over here. Where I'm at. Here's gonna be the problem. I know, but you care though. Here's the problem though. If they call state of emergency in Oakland, California, East, nope, say it right. East Oakland, California.
They're able to implement martial law.
Yeah.
If they call that state emergency.
Yeah. Yeah. The East
and,
Oakland.
And black folks ain't realize. I can't believe it's that much crime. I know it was crime in Oakland. For real?
Yeah,
San Francisco like a ghost town.
Yeah, this motherfucker was the murder capital of the world and kept it going.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a lot of shit came out of Oakland. You feel me? I know that. But I'm saying I would have never expected it to be. It still wasn't called a state of emergency.
Yeah, we're number 7 on the worst city, worst deadly city.
It's fucking ridiculous.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it ain't no worse than New York. It ain't no worse than Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh no, it ain't. No, I'm just saying.
The thing is they politicize that so that funding can come away.
That too.
Anytime that you say it's some kind of an emergency, there's funding either from the state or from the Fed. So I really don't pay too much attention to that shit. But
I'm just saying they can implement martial law if they do a state of emergency.
Yeah, if they choose to, if they feel it, they can try to roll out whatever.
Hey, these bastards put the martial law out here. It's gonna be North Richmond all over again.
It's gonna get bad real quick.
It's gonna be.
Folks ain't going for that, huh?
We niggas ain't going for that shit. They bring your ass up out of North Richmond. We'll run you up out the town.
It's gonna get bad real quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be real bad.
Because Oakland breeds different people. I don't know what it is.
And especially, I mean,
the Bay Area breed people different.
Nowadays, the 16 to 21-year-old black men in Oakland, man, they go, boy.
I think Oakland is cloning Tyrone.
You're gonna have some real problems on your hands trying to
control. Them little niggas ain't hard.
I think Oakland is cloning Tyrone. Y'all too much alike.
They ain't hard. Little niggas, you little niggas ain't you gonna worry about. See, with these little young cats out here, man, they do stuff like piranhas. You drop a piece of bloody meat in the water, they all gonna come get your ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now you get one of us full grown alpha male silverback gorilla motherfuckers that don't give no fucks. Oh yeah, you got a problem on your hand. You gotta call a whole army for one nigga.
Yeah, it's gonna be issues.
Yeah. So I mean, so you imagine all these hyenas, and we got hood hyenas, juggernauts, and block beasts out here. That's what we are. And then shit, you got problems. When the elder natives get restless with these police ass niggas and everybody else, government officials, postmen, I don't give a damn who your ass is. It's gonna be a problem. And
that's where a lot of these cities is at with it. Like they up in arms because they like enough is fucking enough. We already dealing with too much shit.
Yeah,
and now y'all adding shit.
And declaring a martial law in the Bay Area, you got to remember Lavelle Mixon. Remember him, Lavelle Mixon. The police chased his ass on my old street, 74th, into an abandoned house, right 2 houses down from the pawn shop, and they tried to run in there. And the nigga had an AK hidden in that damn abandoned house. And killed them 4 police. Remember that?
Of course.
Yeah. See, that's that shit. I don't promote that, but that just let you know that how vicious how vicious these cats can get. They don't have no respect for no army, Air Force, police, nobody.
Rest in peace, Lavelle was a different. You know what I'm saying? Cat like you know what I'm saying?
He was one of them ones.
He wasn't going back, but he wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like he was more about getting money than on some bullshit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But everybody just ain't going for it.
No, that shit took it to that degree. Like you seen that. Okay, if I gotta go, I'm taking 4 with me. And that's what happened.
Right. But so the thing about it, like we were saying earlier, I think that is the end goal game is for them to drop as many off in the
so they can overthrow the election.
So they can just watch.
And more,
I'm on what Il Mami's is on. It's like I think that they just need to see as many people die, destroy, and
the purge. It's called the purge.
Yeah.
And
another question I have though is
somebody else that don't speak the language, don't know the culture, don't give a fuck about your values.
But check this out. Why they in black neighborhoods fighting with black folks? Okay, what has made them feel that they can go into black neighborhoods and fight with black people? Somebody told them they can do it.
Yeah.
Because come on, they see American culture, news. You know what I mean? It's a worldwide known fact that in the United States and almost across the world that the black man, except for in certain places, is looked at as last at the bottom. They like even. They don't even. Shit, your mind don't tell you. I don't see no niggas getting busted around. I don't see no niggas being put up in 5-star hotels. I don't see no niggas getting loans to start businesses. So they see how we being treated.
Yeah.
So that alone is gonna let them know that your own country looks at you lower than they look at us. So hell yeah, we go flex up on y'all. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but people know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. I just look like one of them niggas that you just don't talk that shit to, because I'm gonna get you something. I don't fuck. I told the police, look, I told the police one time I pulled up at the light in front of Oakland police station with all them police lined up out there trying to protect their little building. And I rolled down my window and looked at the cop, and he looked at me, and then he did a bitch move. Like, he did, like he punked at me or something. I said, hey, I'll get out this car and handle your ass in front of all your body. And he gonna look at me and say, boo, motherfucker. I mean, shit. The light is green, yeah. I say you lucky hard to circle the block and beat the dust off your ass. No, that's how I am. I don't like the police. Nobody. I don't give a damn if it was my cousin.
Well, I just know one thing. I don't never want to run into no bullshit with no migrants, none of that. Because
but see, wait, hold on, Ma. Think about that. If you did, right, because you are a citizen, wouldn't that give you a right to speak up for your country?
Yep.
Well, you would think so. It's just like I played Jason Aldean that they tried it in a small town. Try that with me if you want to. Shit. And I got no problem, man. I just know that we, as the people as a whole of all nationalities, are not looking at the big picture of what's gonna take place in 2024. Y'all think you've seen some shit? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Nothing yet, and it's gonna take.
Them motherfucking liberals is not trying to leave seat.
They're
trying to lock Donald Trump black red ass up. They trying to do every kind of thing they can do.
Yeah.
To get this country off balance for the next fucking another 4 years. Do we really want to continue to go through this shit? Where our country has changed so much till we can hardly eat right now. People ain't hardly able to eat. Because shit so high.
Yeah, damn pack and save and get a half a part of groceries.
We weren't in this position 3 years ago.
Just a bitch.
And the motherfuckers gonna wake up and they, I always say if your vote don't count, and I kind of stick with it, but at the same time, I know they're doing so much dirtiness and trying to overthrow shit and election interference and all of this shit. But when they attacking the kids,
that's a whole nother ball of wax too. See that shit right there, man.
Over 8,000 kids are missing across the border. How many they say that died in the water?
See,
so many. I can't even think of the name. How many they had said they found bodies in the water, bodies on the trail of children.
Damn.
So here's my thing. We did an episode about human and sex trafficking.
Right.
Yeah, I missed that one. I'm sorry about that, y'all.
No, it's all good. But we did one on that, and we gave stats. And in the stats, like we said, the United States is the number one state or country, I should say. I'm sorry. The United States is the number one country in the world when it comes to sex trafficking. When it comes to customers.
Thank you, Hillary Clinton, you bitch.
So if the United States is the
what do you say?
Thank you, Hillary Clinton, you bitch.
Right?
Oh, that's evil. That's
if
cool.
The United States is the number one country in the world for sex trafficking. And like we said earlier, we believe that the government is allowing for that to happen. Right? With they letting the border stay open because of the sex trafficking.
Secretary of State, yeah.
Right.
Hey, so with that too, bro, that it ain't just it's just not Hillary. You know the Chinese is in on that shit too.
Man.
Dude, they'll cut our thing off. I told y'all some shit over this last. Come on, man. Do we know? Have you been following the news? Have you been following the
hell to the yeah?
We've been compromised.
So if
we've been compromised.
My thing is, if these motherfuckers is allowing this shit to happen and we the #1 country, what will prevent it in 2024?
There's a lot of ways we could prevent it. Finish building the goddamn wall.
Yep, that part right there.
The wall. Now, hold on.
Now, I like to pick shit apart. Motherfuckers was saying that bro was crazy for building the wall.
You know how many arguments I got in fighting between Donald Trump?
Now,
you know what? Squeak. Wait, hold on, Squeak. Let's take it back one more further than the wall. Let's think about this really, right? It's not just about the wall. It's about actually having more honesty in the government, if that would be
more
possible.
Transparency. Yes, I believe in that.
Yeah, like that's where it needs to start. Step one, right? And then build the things. Get more honest people on the borders to protect our borders from the migrants and all the bullshit. Let's start there. You know what I mean?
So how does that truly happen when the United States of America is the #1 country?
How does what really happen?
How do you get?
Well, first of all, we got to fire the demons that's in the House of Representatives to get rid of some of them. Some of it.
Better politicians in place when you got hundreds of billions of dollars on the line.
How do you what?
How do you get better politicians in place that's going to stop this hundreds of billion-dollar machine?
Well, aren't the people, the politicians, technically the people? They come from the people.
Well, we pick them. We're the reason why they're in seats.
Exactly, but they are a regular person at one point. You know what I mean?
They're still a regular person at all points. Because they still got to go to the bathroom the same way we got to go wipe their ass.
Well, you know what I mean. They come from say my husband, right? He's gonna go run for president or a seat in the House. He comes from regular people, so he knows what the people want, right? And just like you guys, you know what should happen and what the people want. So then, they Squeak. He goes and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go up against Tim. You know what I mean? You're from the people, a regular person going into power, into office. You know what I mean? We need to get more people like that who know the people, who understand the people, the native people.
Yeah. Well,
the
that's
legal people.
It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't. Yeah, because you know why?
It's billions on the line.
It's billions on the line, and that within the last, and I'm gonna say it ain't never. Well, put it like this: racism has always played a part in life. Period. Yeah. Especially with different minorities, right? But right now in our United States, we are separated.
Yeah.
By racism, because that's what we've been taught for the last 3 years, banged in our head. Everything was racist. Everything racist. Everything ain't racist, right? So we just separated. So and how the hell are we gonna come together and try and get rid of these politicians and all of these different things that happen if we're separated? They did what they wanted to do. They separated the people.
Well, and that's why your guys' podcast is a good one, because if you guys can broadcast it out, it may plant a seed in people's minds. Like, hey, this is real shit that they're talking about. This is real shit that's happening, and these are real people who feel the same way. You know, maybe we need to think about this in a different way and stop being so woke, whatever the fuck that means.
Well,
Right?
You know what?
Yeah.
I think that I honestly think that as a whole, when it comes to that racist shit, it's never going to go anywhere.
No,
But
it's not.
I think that at this point in the time,
It's just
I
worse
think
right
that,
now.
but I think that Americans really is like a lot of them is tired of the bullshit
Yeah, they tired.
as a
I
whole.
believe that.
Because I think that COVID, what COVID was meant to do was to break us even more,
Yep.
isolate us,
Yep.
segregate us,
Teach us
and
to be
fuck us
set.
up to where we didn't really want to or know how to
Yes,
interact
indeed.
with humans like we used to.
Yes, indeed.
And it did do that, but it affected the kids,
Mm.
right? Not the
Yes,
adults
yes,
as
it
much.
did. Yeah.
It affected the kids. So now you got kids that, you know, during
Come
some
on
of
now,
their
keep
prime
on, right?
times they of learning, they got stripped from socializing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So now they're
Yes.
forced back to socialize and they either forgot or don't know how to.
Yes. That's why they're lower reading schools.
But the adults, it didn't do it as much for us. And I think what COVID actually did, what you know, some may not have expected for it to do, is it gave everybody a common ground understanding. Everybody got to feel like what it felt like to have no motion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a
To
fuck
be told
who you
what.
was.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if you a big movie star, big producer,
You couldn't go out for, you couldn't go out for 2 years. Yeah.
astronaut. It didn't matter.
Yep.
Your ass was on ice.
Yep.
Right. So that brought us all kind of back to a sense of damn, this shit is out of our control, and we all was on the government's time.
Bullshit. A bullshit.
Nah, you can say that. You can say that if you want to, but I guarantee you, you wasn't moving like you was before COVID.
You feel me?
Oh no. That's why I was saying that, bro. That's why I was going a bullshit. No, because when COVID came,
Yeah, because we had to obey the government. We had to wear a mask. When we had to motherfucking get
like
goddamn thing put about forehead and all this shit.
Levels.
when they shut this motherfucker down, I think I was the only nigga on the freeway moving. I was doing it, move, bro.
Hey, then you must have passed me because I was doing it too.
Right.
No, I understand.
Was that you?
Y'all not understanding what I'm saying. Okay,
Right.
When you was
You
doing
couldn't
the
work,
moving
you couldn't
and
do
you
nothing.
was on and you was moving around in the freeway, I guarantee you when you went to go do service product or anything and it was a public facility, your ass had to put a mask on.
No, everything was literally shut down.
Okay, so you was moving around.
I was moving around within my grasp. You know what I'm saying? So forth as I had everything I needed before the initial shutdown. So
Yeah.
when I was free to roam the earth and do what I wanted to do, it was nobody in my way. It was no cars on the freeway. Everything was shut down. I was wiggling so motherfucking hard and I made so much money. It was ridiculous. I mean, it was ridiculous. I'd say that COVID was the best time of my whole life. The best time of my whole life.
Okay, I give you that. But you wasn't able to socialize with motherfuckers. How was you out there?
I don't socialize with a motherfucker now, so it don't matter.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if we talking about trying to build our country, trying to get better, we gotta be on the social level.
Yep.
Right.
That whole shit. Exactly. That whole shit was meant
that shit was planned, dude.
That shit was meant to break us down and keep us apart.
It did the job.
It did, but to a degree, it put everybody back on common ground because motherfuckers was on high horses. You had classism. You had motherfucking rich versus poor. You had all that shit.
Yeah.
That's unvaxxed. All that shit.
Exactly. The vaccinated versus the unvaccinated.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is, after 2 years of this shit, being told, okay, you only got 15 more days. Okay, 2 weeks from now, we gonna have our freedom back. And then you get the freedom, and then they snatch it back from you. Oh, the numbers is too high.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Everybody see their lives being played with. And knew that this shit was out of our control and was bigger than us.
Yeah.
So it gave motherfuckers a reality check. Like, whoa, if our government is able to do this, and shut us down and stop our motion, they able to do anything.
Yep.
And a lot of motherfuckers got like, okay, I'm gonna start paying more attention to what the fuck the government is doing. Yes, backfire. And so you had your pre-COVID motherfuckers that was woke.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you had this new woke where motherfuckers didn't have nowhere to go. They didn't have nothing but goddamn Google. And guess what? Motherfuckers was spooked and didn't know what the fuck was going on and start Googling all kind of shit.
Yep.
And after 2 years of that shit, you got hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of motherfuckers that's done woke the fuck up to the bullshit. That's really woke. And they ain't having that shit.
Yeah, they took the word woke and made it dirty.
So it goes back to how do you get those people that's on that level to make a change when they up against $1 billion machine?
You got the people that now are woke.
The people that
I think
they ready to vote. They ready to make a change.
What y'all think?
How
I can tell you my answer.
Because you gotta understand. You gotta understand. During Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Obama, second Bush, America has been, was, and still is, and will continue to be the number one country for sex trafficking. It seems like that ain't gonna change no matter what party is in place.
Yeah.
So how does it change?
With the sex trafficking or all the bullshit with the migrants?
Because that's a part of it.
It is.
One of the main
We're
reasons
gonna have to get. I'm telling you, it starts with vote. It's gonna start with not worrying about who your president is, but these small ass politicians in your cities that we ain't voting for. When you go vote, you know you got Miss Jones over here and Miss Betty over here, and then we just decide to vote for any motherfucker. We just mark it. You need to know what the folk think for.
Yeah.
Congress and the House,
because we're putting them in
Representatives
and black people, stop putting black folks in seat because they black.
Right. That part right there.
I'm tired of that shit.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
I'm so sick and tired of because she black. Majority of them motherfuckers are with the bullshit right now.
Right.
Majority of them are with the bullshit.
And in answer to bro's
they don't
question,
mind the sex trafficking, they don't mind the this, they don't mind the that, none of that.
So to make this shit right, what needs to happen, and I say it needs to happen. What needs to happen is shit. The Congress, House Representatives, all that needs to be crippled. All that needs to be crippled. All them legislators, all that needs to be crippled. That shit.
But when you say cripple, what you mean?
It needs to be torn apart.
Yep.
Fuck the democracy.
Do you mean
democracy?
Demolish?
Fuck the democracy. That means all the shit that jails this government together. That shit needs to go. All them powder wig wearing motherfuckers, as we call them, them powder wig curly.
Rubber.
That shit needs to go.
Do you mean to demolish it or change it?
Demolish the shit out of the government.
No. You don't want to demolish the inside of the House of Representatives.
Yeah, we need to get rid of all of them motherfuckers.
They can get rid of the Constitution.
They need to get rid of all of them. That ain't for us. Fuck them. That ain't for us. Fuck them.
Well, I don't think so, because I think that it needs to be some stuff added, maybe some shit taken away. But you got to think about your filibuster.
So
you know what I'm saying?
I ain't no buster. I ain't no buster.
I say.
Yes, here they go. Here they go.
No,
here they go, dog.
No,
they're the same.
I'm asking. No,
Doppelgangers.
My thing is, in my opinion, to make impact on any of this shit on any level, you have to threaten, cut, or put a dent in The
The
money.
finance. Yes, sir.
Nothing
And have commands, right?
I think that is the only way that we gonna start getting change.
But
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
that's one of the impossibles. Though. I'm talking about things that are possible. That's
Man.
impossible. You know why it's impossible? Why is it impossible, Squeak, for us to stop and say, okay, I'm not gonna buy no more. I'm not gonna buy no more Jordans.
Answer my question for me. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
I love that because that was the next point. The money. Now,
The money.
yeah, the money. So we need our money again. That Black Wall Street again. We need that empowerment within ourselves again. We can get off the titty, get off of Whitey titty, and have our own. You know, look at Brother Ice Cube. Look at what he going through. They want to threaten him and give him all this shit because he done damn near dwarfed the sports shit. They mad at that man for that. You know what I'm saying? So this right there, that's a big wake up call. Come on, my black folks, my brown folks. Man, we need to. I was saying this. I had this discussion earlier this morning too with somebody. We need to find one of the abandoned ass cities they got out there in fucking Death Valley somewhere off of one of them freeways that man and built that shit up and put that damn Black Wall Street up and tell cracker kiss ass and start it all over. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, this is my problem because I don't have a problem with Black Wall Street, but I got other people that I love too, other nationalities myself.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel
I'm
me?
just
And that I would think we should welcome anybody that wants to come together and build a whole new world, city, whatever you want to call it.
It needs to be empowered.
I don't want to separate from other people because I know we are all great together if we work together.
Yeah, that's what I said. My black and my brown brothers. Chinese, they Chinese
Black
only
and
watch out
brown
for
don't
themselves.
pay me on Fremont. They
Chinese watch out for themselves. Germans watch out for themselves. French definitely watch out for themselves. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's a damn shame we can't learn from the Mexicans. Shit. And black folks, I hear it all the time. Black folks be mad at the Mexicans. The Mexicans be like, well, damn, man, what if you motherfuckers work together in your own household?
They should watch that template. You should.
Yeah.
You should be tracing that.
we don't
Learn from us. We trying to teach y'all motherfuckers something, but you mad at us because we got fat ass trucks on the rims bumping the goddamn mariachi music. You know, come on, man.
That's the way it used to be when I was growing up. We helped each other, neighbors helped each other. You got on your feet, you did this and this and that. Nobody was homeless that I knew of when I was growing up. I didn't know homeless was. But now that we're in a new world order, it's going to be impossible to get black folks, especially, to come together and try and rebuild Black Wall Street. Okay?
You know what?
I
I felt that too for the longest.
Right.
But
you think it is now?
I'm telling you, man, I think these young, just like you got them young hyenas, you got a lot of young minorities that are fucking smarter than me, you, our parents, their parents.
Hell yeah.
Tenfold.
I believe that too.
Ever could have been. They're inventive, they're creative.
I have to see it to
These motherfuckers know how to make money in untraditional fashions. And I think that it's going to be the younger generation. As crazy as it sounds, because we see and they pitch and all we see. Yes, it's not going to be Ice Dog. I'm telling you, it's not going to be us. It's not going to be us. It's not going to be our group.
Oh no,
Because it would have been in
It's gonna be AIs.
You know what I'm saying? But you got some of these youngsters that are 18 to 25 years old, and the ones coming up behind, I mean, they are building shit.
What are they building?
You ain't heard about the young kids in Africa that's building water machines?
Oh yeah, he raw. He raw.
I heard about the water machines and Somebody, it was something else. It was something else.
They're able to engineer and produce shit. So I think it's gonna be them that's gonna come together. Because another thing too, I'm gonna keep it real. My generation and the older ones, we kind of got that. We say we'll do what we'll do, but as a whole, we scared to really, really run up against the powers that be.
Hell yeah, we scared.
You feel me?
I'm scared.
The youngsters, these motherfuckers that's smart, these motherfuckers that got their money, these young millionaires, they not scared like that.
That's it right there. That right there.
They not scared of these motherfuckers.
Right.
And they are less
I'm
scared.
They less codependent. The motherfuckers, these youngsters that's got it and them figured this shit out. Because I know more young millionaires than I do millionaires my age.
Right.
And I'm talking about legal. The $1 million baller D-boy, that shit is almost ancient history.
Yeah, that's been put out.
You feel me? So now you better know how to get this motherfucking money through one of these apps, some kind of tech, something, music, some kind of motion. And these youngsters got it. And they not giving a fuck. They know in all kind of ways how to set up LLCs and go this right and do this with your credit and turn around and boom. Trust me, I do got hope. I do got faith, but it's in these youngsters. It's going to take some OGs like us to continue to provide that structure. But it's going to be these youngsters, man. It's going to be the ones that's going to be able to
time that happens. I'm gonna tell
put that money together. Because these they the ones get to the bag.
I just say this, y'all buckle up. That's all I got to tell you. Buckle up. These motherfuckers ain't suffered me yet, but buckle up. I'm telling y'all, just make sure you put that motherfucker on. Buckle up. Y'all can show you better than I can tell you. I ain't doing it.
And the reason why I say that because I also have seen and know that things has changed. Yeah, some is for the better, some is not.
Right.
A lot of stuff that's changed got a lot of evenness with it too.
Yep.
You feel me? Like this new AI shit, nigga. They doing so much with AI that we can't even keep up with it.
Oh shit.
Okay. I was filling out an application. The motherfucker asked me, did I want the AI to go over my application or not?
I don't know.
That's the difference, though. Our generation, we see that shit and be like, "Ooh, these youngsters, they see that shit and they work around it. They're like, okay, AI, fuck it. Oh, it's gonna get my application done quicker. Do it. They have that spirit. I don't give a fuck. Right. I'm going to utilize every tool that's in front of me. Right. And not only am I going to use it, I'm going to learn how to build a bigger, stronger, faster one. Well, that's the mentality that these youngsters got. And that's the mentality that it's going to take to be able to compete.
You know, I'm not trying to be down with the new chip in the arm. I'm not trying to be down with none of that new shit. Period.
No.
AI face recognition and all that. None of it. Smart this, smart that.
You will be left behind.
Well, I'm going to be left the fuck behind.
Period.
Okay, because that's what I said. You're going
to have to know how to use that technology to your benefit. You're going to have to use that shit to your benefit.
And I do.
Or not. It's no getting around AI. And that's where these youngsters is at with it. They're like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I will go out there.
Hey, I'll stick with the old school
and get my job done half the time. But they're going to be the ones that's going to be the millionaires being able to come together.
Yeah.
And it may take AI for motherfuckers to be able to come together, you know what I'm saying, and get a community started. You think AI ain't gonna be introduced in the new Black Wall Street in some kind of
facet? I believe that too.
You better.
Of course. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna be introduced or they can try and use, but doesn't mean it's gonna be good.
That's my for sure. But that's my whole point. Is a lot of the people in our bracket and before us, they are stuck in a mentality and they're scared to take chances.
Not cool.
I'm not, but you're trying to relegate it to AI. I'm just talking about in general.
I'm
These
saying all of
youngsters
it.
got the spirit of trying things, being in front of shit, being proactive. Our generation, we reactive. Something happened, something go on, we react to it. Not these youngsters. These youngsters like, fuck that. I'm jumping out in front. I'm gonna make something happen. I'll pay for it later. If I fuck up, that's I think that's another thing too. These youngsters ain't as scared to fuck up as we always were.
Oh yeah, I can believe that.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
And it's gonna take that type of mentality to make a change. You know what I'm saying? If you
at that stage,
hear gunshot,
at that stage,
you're only gonna get so much
shit,
done.
I'm not going to be tripping like that. Shit, I'm doing what I'm doing until I can't do it no more, and that's tell my story, teach my story. How whoever can learn from, whoever I can motivate and inspire.
Will you be willing to get behind these youngsters and let them be in front? And
hell yeah!
Because that's what I see in the next in the next 15, 20 years. I see it to the point to where people in our age bracket, we're going to have to be behind.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah,
you're going to have a group of youngsters that's keeping you in the
everything. I ain't gonna agree with everything they do.
No, of course not.
You know,
but you're going to have to be able to adapt to their new styles of leadership, which is going to involve more technology.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna be as many sit-down meetings at the round table like it used to be.
I'm gonna do what I do.
It's gonna be shit like this. You know what I'm saying? But power moves are being done.
Next time they'll be having YouTube with a face thing on it where you can move like a goddamn AI on this bitch. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
If it takes something like that for you to get your word across, will you deny that platform?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're gonna have to.
You know what? I'm gonna never say never, but that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking forward to. And I know things gonna happen and change. But I know all these apps and all this shit may go away one day and blah blah blah. You know, I may be too old to even fucking deal with that or know about it or try and use it. I'm hoping to be a rich motherfucker by the end when they go through and all that shit. I can sit back and just say, okay.
I'm trying to deal with these youngsters.
You know what
I'm saying? I know that's where it's at. Motherfuckers my age and older, it's a wrap.
Fuck them.
I wouldn't even try to waste my time too much like that because on some real shit.
I'm already.
Motherfuckers would have been and done the shit.
Right. Bust a move then, nigga. Bust a move. No.
For real.
What I'm saying
that's
is
why I'm tapping into these motherfuckers that's right behind me, man. This generation behind me. I'm fucking with
them. Y'all tap in with them then. Shit.
Say I'm a gatekeeper. I'm a gatekeeper. It's coming.
What you say?
I say I'm a gatekeeper. It's coming. Watch. I see. Like I said, these motherfuckers ain't suffering me yet. I was one of them kids at the beginning of the technology. I stay current with the technology. All that AI coding, all that shit. I do that shit in my sleep.
Right.
That's why I say the world ain't suffering me yet. It's gonna be my time to shine once again. And this time I'm gonna say I've been rich twice, and I'm not bragging. And I'm going for that wealthy this time.
Right.
Yeah,
but I think everybody's trying to get to that goal.
But like you're right, the youngsters, they own to something, but there ain't nothing new in the God's yellow sun for myself. I only can speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That same ambition and thought. My eyes was bright, wide, bushy-tailed and shit when I first seen Windows 1.1. You know what I'm saying? And then when Apple came out with the Apple IIc computer, I hacked into Apple's Apple's mainframe in middle school and was downloading their video games illegally. That's how raw I am. So that's why I say tech, you know what I'm saying? Tech is my thing, always has been my thing. My mind was always in the stars. I love spaceships. I love anything sci-fi, anything that had to do with this. I read Dr. Zhivago. I was reading shit. You know, I was just into the shit. Different cultures, Egyptology, Buddhist, all this shit. I was into all that shit as a youngster. So a super kid, super kid, 4.0 graduate from Fresno High School, Duncan Polytech. You know what I'm saying? Went to K-State. I mean, shit. Yeah, I was one of them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff to me is
that's how these young motherfuckers is off the porch though.
Yeah, and it's a damn shame.
The resources that they got and the tools that they got.
Yeah, right.
These motherfuckers, man.
And I love it.
Everybody ain't got their pants sagging with a bandanas.
Hello,
come on, and shooting shit up. It's a lot of these youngsters out here that they're the ones that really can change shit.
Yeah,
I still got faith. I think that because another thing you gotta look at the two things. You can say what a lot of people can't say is that you've been rich twice, right?
Right.
A lot of people from our generation didn't grow up in that situation.
Me neither. I'm from West Oakland. I'm from the Acorns.
Right. Yeah, I'm from the Village, 65th. So
right.
We didn't grow up like that. And the majority of the motherfuckers that come up around us, our time and before us, it was even worse. Right?
Yeah.
The difference is now you got motherfuckers that got that same spirit and that super tech mentality that you had. They got that shit coming off the porch at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 9 years old.
Right. That's right. Babies.
The difference though, the wealth gap.
Yeah.
Now these motherfuckers can touch $1 million just so much quicker than motherfuckers when we was coming up.
That's
so
right.
Now you got these super intelligent motherfuckers, tech savvy motherfuckers, and they millionaires.
Yeah.
I think that them the ones. It's not as many. And then you know what? I don't even want to make that unfair statement and say it's not as many people like that as it is motherfuckers out here killing each other in the streets. That's just what we see. And what they stuff down our throat. So I don't want to put that out there like that. But I do feel that it's enough of the youngsters that's in that situation that can turn this shit around.
Yes, they can.
Gotta control the money.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
All that money they get, all these basketball players, y'all got money. Control that shit.
Look, but you got see, I hear everything you're saying. You're right. I'm not knocking what they're doing, how they doing these days, or anything like that. Because I feel that if it's going to happen, it would have happened. It is going to happen, right? But you got to look at the people they're looking up to these days, these youngsters. Who are they role models? What are they doing with their money? You got to think about all of that. They ain't coming together. You ain't gonna see Carly B coming together with what's called in to buy a motherfucking piece of land that black folks and we can all start Black Wall Street and live on and all that shit. You see what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but you do have younger athletes, like the 23-year-old athlete that we seen on the news this morning that used to be signed to Nike, ended his contract and started his own merch. And his faith in God based.
Yeah.
His whole merch, his whole line is based off of God, based off of faith.
Yeah.
And he stepped away from Nike and his endorsements. And now he's a star. The kids behind him will have motherfuckers like him to look up to. You starting to have more. That's what I'm starting to say. That's what I'm saying is you starting to have more of these youngsters that's stepping away from mainstream and being so codependent.
Yeah.
This is the time in the era where the young man and women in society has been least dependent upon the government in any time.
Right. And I agree. I hear what you're saying. But is that youngster gonna get together with Dwayne Wade's younger brother, son, and a couple other ones that got money and build a city or a town for Black Wall Street for us?
First thing that happens is
that's what I'm saying.
First and foremost, you have to have the businesses, the merch, the sellers, the merchants out there.
Yeah, they're in a position to do all that.
Now that you have them out there, it has to be visible. That's what he's doing. This motherfucker was on morning news,
Fox News,
right?
Yeah.
So now you got millions of people watching that.
Right.
Before you wouldn't have that type of situation. So now he can take that, bounce from that, and hyper promote.
I hope I see him and others come together, young folks.
Now
Come together that got money and in position to help.
The thing is,
and bring
how many other youngsters feel like I don't want to be up under this thumb no more, and that's gonna start something like it.
Yeah.
Because
I
what
see
you
what you're
need,
saying.
what you need is more options. We don't have a bunch of options right now.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Right?
Right.
All we do is Nike, Jordan,
Right.
Blase Blah, Honda.
Right.
You know?
But so many of us get in position to have those things, and then we jack our prices up, or we make it too high, or we build Black Wall Street. Will we let those that ain't rich as them come in and buy homes for cheap prices? We have schools where they have free lunches, and the kids that can't have this ain't got money like LeBron's son and all the rest of them for the help them with different stuff they need, clothes, food.
The biggest thing is to make sure that you're able to recycle dollars.
Thank you, bro. You snatched that right out of my head. I was about to say that.
Regardless if it's coming from a Dwayne Wade or if it's coming from Dwayne Johnson, or if it's coming from Dwayne.
But you were
Tiller,
saying the ones that dude was in a position to do this. So I'm following.
They're going to be the ones that set the businesses up.
Right.
Black people, the everyday average motherfucker that spend $200 on a pair of Jordans, we need to go to his shop and spend, even if it is $200. But hopefully it's going to be less. I'm thinking in his mind he's going to make it right. But even if it's not, if we got these options and the quality is just as good as Jordan, the look is just as fashionable as Jordan.
Okay, but you got to think about your demographically, and you got to think about geographically, not geographically, but the population of the people is going to be majority people that probably ain't got much money as those people.
Right.
So you're going to have to cater,
lower your prices.
Set your prices for those people to be on board or coming to your new Black Wall Street.
So let's say he does, right? Because we have athletes and stars that have done that before, but for whatever reason, they didn't get the support that they.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I thought that was my internet.
Oh, they froze.
Yeah, Mom, if you could hear us, y'all froze.
We froze? Oh, Lord. I think
y'all good now.
We good?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
good? Could have been out.
For instance, like the Shaq shoe. Shaquille O'Neal put his shoes in Walmart. So every kid across America.
You should have. They was ugly as hell. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, there you go. So we gonna say, oh, that's ugly. That don't look like the Jordan. That don't look like the right? But the mindset, the concept is,
please Shaq alone, man.
That's gonna go to school. That's gonna say that to another kid. You got them Shaqs on? Oh hell no. Why? Because somebody's mama, somebody's daddy is going to break themselves to put their kids in the $200 Jordans that they really can't afford. So that it sets up a mentality that their kids is better than another kid. When that kid in the Shacks that's getting laughed at, that's sitting in the back of the class, probably getting all A's, while your flossing ass kid is always in the principal.
Dumb ass little nappy head nigga.
Although you can get a pair of J's the same price, no joke, as them Shacks from Walmart if you know how to shop. All right.
Some motherfucking Pumas, and I wish a nigga would.
I get some Jordans from Walmart that's the same price as Shaq's. What?
Hey, you gotta know how to shop, and when you want a budget like all of America, okay,
Wait, sis. You
no,
not finna say
nigga, these are
slide
Bluetooth.
that.
They brand
Who the
new,
fuck?
never been
They are
worn.
selling Jordans at
Okay,
Walmart.
no,
They
You
not
go
Oh
from
my
my
God.
black brand.
from Walmart.
no,
They
they
not
not
from
at
my
Walmart. I'm saying they the same price. Damn,
Huh? What?
they
Huh?
not at Walmart,
oh,
but they the same price as them Shacks that are at Walmart.
You ain't finna go get no Jordans for no $29.99. No, you not.
Oh,
Oh,
that's always yeah.
oh, really, really? Because I got
Nigga, you buy
gems.
your best. What Jordans you done got for under $30?
Did you buy your pair of shacks?
No, absolutely not. Not saying that I wouldn't. I'm just saying that that's not my style. Okay, let's just put it like that. Okay, because there ain't no.
I'm saying your son is a little boy.
Oh,
He coming up. He playing AU
I'm sorry,
basketball.
you guys.
You poor. You ain't got no money. Shaq got these shoes for $29.99.
fuck yeah.
But you gonna go and break yourself so that your son can show up to practice with the motherfucking new nines, and this motherfucker sit on the bench and he ain't average. He averaged -2,
Oh,
2
Negative.
rebounds a game, and goddamn me get put in
Never.
that
I would never do that. No, no, never.
I'm sorry, you guys.
and hence why we would not. You answered your own question. That's why we would not be able to build another Black Wall Street because of the mentality of
Hey,
I would rather deal and be codependent on mainstream society
Oh my goodness.
than to deal with my brother man because I'm worried about quality, look, style.
All
No,
that
no, whoa.
It
No, see
never
that's where you
happened.
got it. No, see that's where you got it twisted though, because real down to earth people who like you for what's inside, not outside. That's where we got to change it, which is also a whole different, okay, a whole different session. But that
people
boils down to the parents.
people are horrible.
They are.
They're
Yeah.
horrible.
They
Like I
are, but I'm not.
said,
But I'm not trying to keep up with the Joneses.
right, right.
Fuck that. I'm living in my lane, and if you don't like me for living in my lane, then you don't need to be in it, nigga. Get out.
Okay, and
All
I
right.
understand what you're saying, sis, but we was talking about Black Wall Street,
Yeah,
and unfortunately, our people don't have that mentality.
that's why niggas ain't never had it.
That's why I
Our
said
people-
it'll never happen.
Yes, it can.
But isn't that what we're talking about? Change for the better.
Yeah,
Of
exactly.
course we are.
Yes, it
But
can.
where the
Yes, it
change?
can.
The change starts with who?
Niggas.
dollar.
Does it start with the
The
old
dollar.
people?
It starts with the dollar.
Hold on,
Stop
hold on.
being scared to spend that
Hold
dollar
on.
with your people because it ain't Jordan. That's what I'm saying, because it ain't, if you're going to go buy some goddamn cologne and the brother got some homemade cologne, if the shit
I'm
smell
fucking
good,
with
if it got you straight the whole day, buy the shit.
I
Hell
fuck
yeah.
with the oil man.
It ain't goddamn Jordache, Dior, whatever the fuck. If the sister is selling candles, so what if it ain't Bath and Body Works? Buy the
I fuck with,
Go
yeah.
ahead. I would totally.
Fuck going to Mako or to the dealership. He can do everything your car needs, and it's for a decent price. Go to the brother and do it.
Yeah, Mr. Charlie and Jerome got you straight. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Hell yeah.
That's all I'm saying, sis, is our people, we have a struggle. We have a struggle when it comes to cutting that mentality. We spend the most money in the United States as a people, but we do not spend it in-house. We spend $2.5 billion in health and beauty products, hair, lipstick.
I cut that shit out. I cut that shit out.
2.5 billion. How many of those billions have been spent with a black company that even do hair products.
We don't support each other. We don't
Maybe
spend.
maybe
I spend with
maybe
people.
5 to 10 mil
I spend with my
out of
people.
2.5. Yeah, maybe 5 to 10 mil out of 2.5 billion. We ain't even getting the beauty products from our own folks.
Well, they shouldn't be so goddamn high.
Ooh.
Like that.
Right. But hey,
One thing about our people, we'll start our own businesses and we'll jack the goddamn price up on each other.
man, ain't that about a bitch? Look, I started. Look, I started. You know, my chef's side kitchen, right? Okay, my chef's side kitchen. Chicken wings, fries, a soda. You know what I'm saying? A little piece of cake or something. Guess for how much?
$5.99.
$10.
Nice.
You spend $90. You spend $90 with me. You got lunch all week.
Right?
And they'll still go to the store and
these motherfucking niggas will take their ass to Wingstop and pay that funky ass 18 mammy fucking dollars with they sorry ass. Ain't that a bitch? I'm giving you a deal.
That's what I'm
you
talking
can
about.
give them a discount.
That's what I'm talking about.
Instead of getting 6 wings, I'm gonna give you 8 wings.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
what I'm talking about. Just like you, just like Shaq. It's still a tennis shoe. The motherfucker ain't ripping up a pump on you. You can play basketball and you do what you got to do. You were selling plates. They was getting full. You was giving them ample amount of chicken, ample amount of fries, goddamn something to drink, and a dessert to go with it for $10. No, you can't go and get this nowhere else. But they refuse to spend the money with you.
It's just like how a nigga go to the weed man and give him his $20, and then he look at the weed and go, oh man. Nigga, you get 3.5 for the dubs, square ass nigga. What the fuck? What you want me to give you a whole ass ounce for $20, nigga? Because you got bad weed management, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. And it's like these cats, and they this is the excuse with
you try to get out of town, cut down, shut off. You better shut up.
Okay. So look, this is the excuse that they give me. Oh, well, you should have a pop-up.
What? It's called word of mouth.
No, yeah. You should have a pop-up. You should come get you a tin and get you a wagon. No, motherfucker, it's chef side kitchen, not chef side pull up, nigga. You take your ass to Wingstop and get wings. You bring your ass to my spot and get wings for $10 still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of them got bone up the tip.
I said, I just said, niggas ain't shit. I'm glad I'm antisocial. I am. No, I'm glad. I'm just an introvert. I don't fuck with nobody.
But wait, you still cooking? Cause that sounds hella good. I'm hungry.
my thing though is
I'm eating some chips.
My thing is it gotta change because
I'm eating all day.
But I'm not gonna accommodate these motherfuckers, bruh. You gotta come to this establishment to get the food. Cause it's not being cooked outside.
But what I'm talking about big picture right now, bro.
Yes, sir. Just say
this shit gotta change, bro. Cause like if not, then what is the use of the voting? What's the use of giving a fuck at all at the end of the day if we say nothing is never going to change for the better? Why even care?
Okay.
Why try?
You're older, you're OG. Give us some of these youngsters that you're talking about. Reach out to them. Y'all talk, come together with however through AI or however it is. And y'all talk. And y'all start this shit off. Because it's gonna take people like you that's really, able to discuss these situations and things like that.
Well, that's why I'm. If you notice, anybody that's in my circle and that I'm rocking with for the most part is younger than me. Facts or not.
Yeah. I'm
You
through
know,
I'm through the publicity.
I'm just saying because, and I've always made this statement in public, like when it comes to trying to link up, when it comes to trying to reach out, when it comes to trying to build, I would rather spend my energy in somebody behind me. I would rather put that energy into the next generation, somebody behind me, because they are more inclined to motherfucking listen first and foremost.
Yeah.
Well, you got plenty of migrants you can teach.
They more inclined to listen, and I think that I probably can learn more from them. I'm one of the motherfuckers that ain't scared to learn new shit, ain't scared to be taught. I can get behind a youngster and know that I'm leading him from behind. Because sometimes that's what you have to do, and that's what a lot of these youngsters need. They still want that guidance, that discipline, and that leadership, but just do it from the back. OG, let me run my play, let me run my routes while you call the plays, and let's score these touchdowns. And that's the shit. That's the time I'm on, and I'm doing that. You know, with the music, with being involved in the community. It ain't a bunch of motherfuckers my age, dude.
That's right.
I'm going back.
And I can say that much too. That's the whole thing. When me and Les formed this label before we got our deal with Universal.
Yeah.
And man, and that's our brand for Kelly Franklin Music Group is we empower, enhance, and educate. So anybody, so anybody that comes in, especially if you're benign to the game and know how it works, because we are industry, we are major industry. No, we schooling you at the same time, schooling you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So is he a pastor?
Yeah, he's a real bishop. Yes, he is.
Okay, that's what he's got on his thing. Okay.
Yeah, and and you know that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know, but it's just me. All the stuff I've been through. You know, with this business, it's a learning curve, and I tell people this, man. You know, it just got to this point. You know, to where I'm willing to teach, but the moment I see one shade of you wanting to not listen, I'm through fucking with you.
Yeah, for sure. That's real talk.
Anybody got time?
You can't wait. Yeah, you can't waste your energy.
Time. I done put 40 years in this music industry. Time.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for no 1 second of bullshit. Yeah. So you know, and I admit I used to be one of the ones like, man, fuck these little young ass niggas. They don't want to listen. They don't want to learn that.
Me too.
But then I hear a lot of them say, man, the OGs don't want to teach us something. I say, are you willing to listen without giving me, I know. Because the first time you say, I know, you're going to get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
But that's it. You're done. Yep. But that's how I am right now. I lean towards a lot of younger artists, older artists, any artist. I don't put a gap in it. If you willing to learn and get it from me, because I'm in the position, you know what I'm saying? Get the game from me in the raw, like I always been giving it. You're gonna learn something today. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm with that, bro. I'm with you. I support what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Because I mean, if we don't start applying the things that we're talking about,
yes,
then we'll just go continue to be at ground one.
Right.
And it's like, I don't know. I just can't give up. I can't give up on the next generation, especially because I see it firsthand. I work at a college.
Yeah.
I work at a college where it's like 95% male population.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that 95% male population, I would say about 60% of that population is under the age of 30. So it's a lot of young men that I come in contact with on a daily basis, you know, and to be able to see how just being me, the way I carry myself, the type of leadership, that shit is needed and is wanted, and these youngsters is so receptive to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they're looking for the OGs to be on their time with them, because they got barriers too when they look at us. They think that we don't want to listen. We don't got time. We don't understand. And when they come across someone who do, bruh, it's life changing for them. I can speak to this firsthand. Do it every day. What was your question?
So, do we unite the youth first, or do we get the money first?
We
Which one?
the youngsters got the money. The youngsters got the money.
So, do we get the youngsters first,
Yes.
and then we get the money
No.
together?
No. You get with the youngsters that got money, and the ones
So
that
you get with the youngsters, the money gonna come.
You get with the youngsters that got the money. The money, the majority of the money in our community is with the younger people right now. There's only a few older, real made motherfuckers. This money that's funneling in right now, these youngsters got it. You got motherfucking young kids that's 22, 23 years old that don't go to work. They wake up and they curate and create content, whatever they do, and they're getting checks for thousands of dollars on a weekly basis. Some of these motherfuckers ain't even leaving their mama house.
Ew.
You don't have groups of 50, 60, 40-year-old motherfuckers that is doing that for the most part. Right. So you have to get behind these youngsters that got the money and that's willing to make a change, because it's a lot of these youngsters that they super tech savvy and they got this money and they're like, fuck the government, fuck it. Oh no, that's how my mom and them did it. I'm not doing a 30-year. Oh no, I'm not buying no house. I'm finna go buy these motherfucking apartments. I'm finna go get that shit in my LLC name. I'm finna go woo woo. My partner finna go get one. We finna go and get a K1 together. These motherfuckers got game, but they're unguided. So that's where the motherfuckers like me, the ice dogs, we get behind them. They tech savvy and they got the money. We get behind them. We show them how to put the infrastructure in place.
That's right.
You need this, you need that, you got to set this up, you got to get that up. Okay, OG, I got it. Now they're going to go and take their money and their tech, and they're going to get it done in half the time.
So what y'all bringing to the table is to teaching them how to, what's it called?
Exactly.
So why don't you start a company called, starting something like tech strategies, or some type of something where, or nonprofit, something where the youth will come to you just as well as you reaching out to them.
Yeah, it's something that's
because I think that's a great idea.
It's something that's needed.
Because once you get it started, then you can go and start talking about the Black Wall Street.
Absolutely.
Black Wall Street.
Because at that point, then the OGs is going to have to kind of fall back and only be there for guidance,
right,
and discipline. We only there to make sure that the infrastructure don't derail,
collapse,
to keep structure in place. And when it's time for discipline, when somebody in the village is out of hand or do something to disgrace the village, it's the elders that's going to discipline.
That's right.
And there really is the only roles that we need to play and flourish off of it, off the fruits of our labor, which is these youngsters, and sit back and watch our people come back together and grow.
So do you think youngsters be receptive to OGs disciplining when they got all this money?
I think they will. The right ones, absolutely. I just told you. You would be surprised
I know.
how
I heard
receptive
you.
these
I
youngsters
heard you,
is.
but money also continues. Money can change people too.
Yes,
And
that's
those youngsters that
yes,
you brought in are gonna
that's
finish
why
growing up.
I said
Yeah.
from the beginning, you got to get with the youngsters that got the money, that's willing to listen, because everybody that's a millionaire ain't a stone cold asshole.
Right. I'm not
Right?
saying
Some of these motherfuckers is millionaires and they don't even know what to do with the money.
Right.
They got hella money, but they don't know what to do with it. They know how to make money,
Mhm.
but what do I do next? How do I invest it? What's the next best thing? That's where the OGs come in, so that we can build infrastructure. Keep them creating and getting the money. We show them how to build the infrastructure, but we can't be in the way. That's all I'm saying is, everybody has a time, because eventually the youngsters that we getting behind, they're going to become us.
Right. Of course.
They're going to become the OGs, and they're going to have to step aside and let the ones behind them come in and do their thing.
Right. Of course.
What I'm saying right now is we got enough of the OGs that's mind, body, and soul, that ain't dope things, that ain't on drugs, that's physical, where we can be the infrastructure and get behind these youngsters with money that know this tech, that's willing to listen, and we can build together.
Okay. I mean,
I have the hope and the
whatever.
faith that it can happen.
I'm down with whatever.
I know it can happen.
Will bring Black Wall Street back and the people back, and where we all live in a community where we all of all nationality. Because I feel like Black Wall Street was a time, but now we're living in a new world where there are so many different cultures and so many blended colors.
Yeah, for sure.
We come in all colors.
Right.
But
you know,
we do have to still, in order to be able to thrive,
I don't
we
know.
still have to have our own.
I mean, I understand that,
but we
have
to have it though, because you got to think how the world harmonizes amongst each other, but it also has its own, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think about the creation of man. Man created many tribes, right?
But you know what? I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Because every major city has a Chinatown,
right.
A Jamaica
that's why I was just getting ready to go. Because
Fruitvale, a Mexican town,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Every major metropolitan has a Jewish town, a blah blah town. Blah. We, in order to be respected,
I get that part,
and to be able to do commerce with these other nationalities, we have to be able to have our own. Every major city has to have a Black Wall Street.
I'm gonna say it like this, and then I'm done, because
it has to happen.
It's a beautiful thing to want that back, because I heard this been spoken about for the last couple of months. People been talking about Black Wall Street, build Black Wall Street. But to build Black Wall Street, your mental got to be ready to say, that's the first thing you got to have straight, is this. To even say that you want to take your funds and everybody come together to build, do whatever we got to do. Young folks, old folks, everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to first think about what happened to Black Wall Street from the beginning. The first Black Wall Street. Not only was not Black Wall Street, there was other communities that was like Black Wall Street.
They burnt the motherfucker down.
Okay? And they got demolished.
Yep. Demolished, burnt down, demolished.
They got bombed. People got killed.
Yeah.
Burnt down. We're living in a society now, like I said, we're separated. There's a lot of things we got to think about when we're going to build Black Wall Street back.
Yeah, we got to start with us as a people first, and we got to learn how to get along.
How do you bring ass to people together? How do you bring ass to people together? Rich ones, poor ones, middle class ones. How do you bring them together to build Black Wall Street? We ain't together now.
Right.
So he say get with the young folks and push the young folks So we got to start somewhere, right?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely right.
I mean, it sounds great. I love it. I would love to see something like that before I leave this motherfucker.
Right.
I can sit back and rock in my rocking chair and say, "Oh man, we did a Black Wall Street. The young folks did another Black Wall Street." You know, you guys, you think about all the motherfuckers that see Black Wall Street, that seen it before, and know about Black Wall Street. What happened? We gonna have to face retaliation from the government again. Where will we build it where we won't be harassed? I would love to build somewhere we ain't gonna be harassed. Leave us the fuck alone.
Right.
Let us build our towns and cities. But evil lies in the government.
And that's where I think these youngsters have a one up on us. Like they're a little more rambunctious and a little more. They're not as worried about what you gonna do to me. They like, I'm doing my shit.
Yeah.
I'm finna do my one too.
Yeah.
I just feel like, we have to start somewhere. We have to try, because if not, we gonna continue to be in the position we in which that means it don't matter who you vote for. It don't matter, what you try to tell your kids, how you try to raise your family. At the end of the day, if we feel like nothing will ever change, then we doomed from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So
I definitely know we definitely need a change. We definitely need a change in this world, and we definitely need a change among our people. We got to start learning to get along. We got to start learning to respect each other. We got to start learning to deal with when you have a problem, talk about it. You got to learn a lot of stuff to be able to work together and rebuild something like Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street back then, them people was together.
Absolutely.
Did the shoe shine boy, knew the photograph guy, and everybody
and
was
they were
together.
Facing more turmoil than
man.
We are facing today's time.
Miss John is going to Mr. Johnson house over here. Everybody came together as families. We ain't seen that in centuries.
What made people come together so much?
The struggle.
Okay, so now you have inflation, borderline recession going on right now. We're struggling. A lot of people are struggling harder than they've struggled in quite some time.
Right.
Maybe this struggle will reignite that.
That would be. I'm looking at all options. I'm praying that what you're saying is possible. I know it could be. It's like
you get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I hope people are sick and tired. I want people to be sick and tired. I want you to be sick and tired, because sick and tired is gonna get us where we're trying to go. Because it's only so long you can kick a dog down. People get tired, like you said. People get tired, but it's like pulling teeth.
How late great Tupac said in that one interview, he said, you got the people outside of the government's doors knocking.
Yeah.
They first start knocking, they first come up and they knocking and they like, excuse me, I'm hungry. You don't feed them nothing, but you coming in, you got food coming in and out, and they looking through the windows and they see y'all eating and wasting food.
Right.
Drinks.
Yeah.
They come back a week later, that knock get a little stronger.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm hungry. They don't give you nothing to eat. They eating more food coming in and out. They wasting more food now. Spilling drink everywhere. Another week go by. Knocking on that door, looking through that window. Now it's like, hey, let me in, I'm hungry. You say, they still don't give you nothing. Next thing you know, the next time you go to the door, you kicking that motherfucker down with a fofo in your hand. Talking about everybody lay down. I'm hungry. Where the motherfucking food at? I think that a lot of our youngsters is getting to that point. I think a lot of our youngsters, we are at that point. It's 20 years later. It's 30 years later. I think that these young motherfuckers they don't. I see a
but
new
here's
generation.
okay. I'm not gonna keep it going because I'm getting tired. But here's the thing: a lot of the youngsters are probably saying that but they're also, if they feeling that way, that they not, it's time we start getting back out and blah blah blah. I'm tired of this and that. Why are we killing each other like we are? Why are we robbing each other in our own neighborhoods? You know what I'm saying? We're not only programmed, we should know right or wrong. Where are they learning how to kill each other like they are? Okay, they're learning from the. Okay, you say, "Oh, they've been watching TV." You got common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense starts up here. You know
me. I always go back to the same thing: value of life. We've been taught to devalue life so much, especially in our community, because I'm not making no excuses.
Yeah, that's not
blaming. No, I'm not making no excuses, but unfortunately, it's as real as it gets. When it comes to our community, the powers that be, when it comes to social media and mainstream media, they're going to show us in the worst light.
Yeah, of course.
Possible.
Yeah, I would
so
say that.
When you wake up every day to seeing that, you go to sleep every day to seeing that, it desensitizes a lot of people, especially these youngsters that didn't have a chance. See, and that's the thing that we don't really understand a lot of times with the age gap, is some of these youngsters have not grown up without a cell phone in their hand.
Right.
They have not. If you 25 years or younger, you don't know what life is like without the internet.
Right. Well, that's
right?
where they plan.
So exactly.
The house
right.
phones.
So programming is real. So
definitely,
a lot of these, and when you don't see nothing but negative images of yourself and your people waking up.
How do we get out of the program?
You start seeing different images like this on them outlets.
Okay, and where are we gonna start with that at? Because there's not too many positive images we're seeing on TV these days. There's not too many. I mean,
like I said, I can't say that, because from on my social media, I see way more positive than.
Because I see a lot of parents are letting their kids at young ages use the cell phones, and they're not even paying attention to what they're looking at and doing. So I think a lot of stuff does start at home, and I think a lot of things has changed at home.
Oh yeah.
So kids don't have role models and the man next door that helped them to do his homework after school and things like that no more. So if we don't come together as a community, as building Black Wall Street, is that, to me, we're going to constantly keep going down. We're going to constantly keep fighting with each other. Yeah. Black Wall Street would do one thing for us: unite.
Absolutely.
That's what it would do.
And to bring it all full circle before we get up out of here, going back to the question that you asked, you said, and I kind of touched on it. You said with the migrants, because we're talking about the migrants.
Right.
You said, why do you think that the migrants feel like they can be violent towards the Black people and people of color in these communities?
In these urban communities,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to that. It goes right back to that. It's because of the programming and the way that we handle each other.
Yeah, and
they've seen, like I said, they've seen, and so you agree. It goes hand in hand. Like our community is put on display worldwide.
Right. Yes.
As
to be
the most negative thing on the face of the earth.
You're right. You're definitely right.
That's worldwide.
Yeah.
And that's why in any country, for the most part, our people get treated and handled the worst.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's why our people get handled the worst on a world stage. It's because the entire world has been programmed to see us in the most negative light possible.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. I mean, I could talk about this all night, but here's the thing. We've been put on display because we've been put on display not only that the world see, but in our communities, right, amongst each other, right? So how do we go by putting ourselves on display in a positive light. Because right now, you see Chicago, you see New York, you see San Francisco. I ain't seen not one, and this on my mama, I ain't seen not one group of white boys, about 100 of them, running into Macy's or Emporium or any of those places, snatching shit. I ain't seen them do it in Walgreens. I ain't seen them do it in CVS. I ain't seen them do it in Emporium, and they done been in all of them.
You know, I can give you two tools or two ways that we can slow that shit down.
They asked to get rid. Okay, go on.
One,
bring back Nobel?
no.
Okay.
One. Something simple. Everybody that's in the community, stop polarizing this shit. When you see something like that come across your feed on the news, turn the channel. Flip past it. Don't let that shit even enter you. Don't share it, don't like it, don't comment on it. Because what happens is, with all that negative activity, we share it.
They start feeding you more and more.
We share this shit. We comment on it. Mm-hmm. Right? We make reels out of it. We do remixes. If we take a conscious effort to say, I'm not gonna let nothing negative on my page.
Well, I'm a podcast.
That's all you can.
Put all kind of shit on. Not on my page, but on my what's called.
Right, but I'm saying on your
not
page, right?
Page, not my personal page.
If everybody make a vow, especially the elders,
right?
If we make a vow to say, I'm not gonna have none of that shit,
right,
on my shit,
yeah,
and I'm not gonna conduct myself like that out in public,
right.
What's going to end up happening is you're going to end up being positive,
right? Yeah.
So when a motherfucker come across you, all they see is positive,
right?
All you project is positive,
right?
So if we all did that, just that simple thing, that don't even cost no money. You hear me?
Is I don't.
But do you hear me though? But I
know what you're saying. I believe it. Okay, I'm gonna say
we can only be in control of ourselves. We can only be in control of ourselves.
Yeah, right. We're not in control of these young people, right?
But if every individual, the adults,
yes,
decided to erase all negative shit from out their lives and out their platform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we can be a positive image for the youngsters.
Uh-huh.
That alone will make a change because now they have something positive to look to.
Mm-hmm.
More positive things to look to.
Okay.
Right? And on the back end, we as elders, older people, we also have to not be afraid to hold these youngsters accountable. When a motherfucker kill a 61-year-old woman in the neighborhood,
what's going on?
Quit having kids you can't afford, lay the foundation, structure, responsibility, etc. of the elders like they were raised and engaging the children. Absolutely. My last thing I'm gonna say is we have to stop being scared to hold these youngsters accountable. If it's a motherfucking youngster in the neighborhood and he killed an innocent 60-some-year-old elderly woman, deal with his ass. However, match that energy if need be. Because when I grew up, that's why we didn't do shit like that. We didn't go around snatching the purse off of the old lady that lived in the neighborhood.
Remember,
because we was worried about the elders stomping the brakes off.
We're in a change. These kids can change. You can't put your hand on people's kids no more. You can't pretty much tell them what to do no more. They think they're grown. They turn 18.
See, you talking about people's kids like you talking about kids that's living in somebody's house, that's washing dishes, that's
I'm
going
saying,
to school.
I'm saying we bringing the community together. So it's gonna be all kind of kids.
That's going to school, that's getting allowance. Them is somebody's kids you can't put your hands on. No. We talking about the little motherfucker that's packing the pistol, going around the neighborhood,
Right.
robbing old women, raping little girls.
Right.
I'm talking about these atrocious crimes that happen in our community.
Right. Okay.
No. Fuck that. You ain't just somebody's kids. You are a demon in the community. You are a nuisance. And that's the difference. We handled nuisance back when I was a kid.
Of course.
You had them little crazy motherfuckers in the neighborhood, and when they went off and did some old little crazy shit, it was a motherfucker that had something for them. And the next motherfucker that thought they wanted to be the next crazy motherfucker thought twice before they went and did the same shit.
Yeah.
We got to get back to that.
Yeah.
Because if we killing each other already, we might as well be ready to hold each other accountable. Because you're going to have that in this new Black Wall Street. You can't let motherfuckers just run it out of control. It's got to be some, like I said, that's why I said the elders need to be there for discipline.
Basically, to be police our own.
You goddamn right. There's rules and regulations to this shit. You're not going to do this. Women, children, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. In this community, this Black Wall, yeah, that comes along.
Oh, that sounds good.
Absolutely.
I wish it was
because what that's going to do,
start?
It's going to have to start one day at a time. And the one day is little things like the Art and Fair Mall, where they got their small little corner of Black designers.
Right.
Everybody in Sacramento, Northern California need to be flooding that corner.
Right.
Recycling that dollar. Things like that, because you got spots like that all across the United States of America.
Right.
And more is
you
happening.
Have to see if the people that own those products going to be ready to recycle theirs.
Absolutely.
That's when you got to get
with them.
We're trying to
I'm spending dollars with you. I'm spending money with you. I'm trying to help. You know what I mean? This shit grow. I want to see y'all popping.
Right.
First and foremost, we gotta get the dollar juvenated. So we gotta spend it with somebody. So the ones that got infrastructure set up, we need to start spending our money with them. We got to get past that. Well, I'll be trying to spend money with my people, but shit be too high, or the quality don't be good.
I'm not gonna get past that because it is.
Saying, but when I say get past that, I mean not let that be the barrier that stop you from even trying to break bread. Because there's a lot of people that just won't even fuck with their people at all because they didn't have bad experiences before, or they didn't have heard somebody that had a bad experience. It's a bunch of people. So that's for the most part why when we are entrepreneurs and we have businesses, we don't thrive with our people.
But when you're an entrepreneur, you have a business and you're building it, and you know you're in urban communities or whatever. Most of the time, if I build a business, I want to be in an urban community so I can make sure I give back to my community, right? But then I got to deal with, I set my prices at these high ass.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, that's
it's gonna run anybody off because you're
Absolutely.
in a low income urban community.
For sure.
So you gotta fix your prices. Just like the lady that had the hair place over there off of Grand. I loved her store, but her prices was ridiculous.
For sure.
And I would have went more if her prices was reasonable.
Right.
How is it I can go up to Mariana Espinaza's place and get the same shit for a cheaper price?
Yeah, and that's just doing business. You're gonna do business with anybody that give you better quality for a cheaper price, right? So to the business owners, those that have infrastructure, maybe you're going to have to adjust your pricing and your quality to attract the people and keep the people. Yeah. But I can also understand probably where a lot of the business people are coming from, and from their perspective, they're probably saying, well, there's not a lot of my people breaking bread with me, and the prices that I have,
what's wrong?
The prices that I have for others is just fine, and my majority of my clientele.
Then you take it and leave it,
just like you said with Fremont. Like,
you take it and leave it.
Like, so on Fremont, like if people that are not of your color is the majority of the people that are paying you, right? And they like to hear certain music.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to continue to play that certain music that the people that pay you like to hear, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's kind of the same thing from a business perspective.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
Then you know not to go there, so don't complain. You don't complain about people not coming because you're not willing to change it. I would fit it where both people be satisfied. I have some reasonable ones. That's what the Asian stores do. They have reasonable lashes for you. They have this type of lash for you. You can go from $1.99 all the way up to $6.99, $7.99. Not just no two goddamn prices.
I'm gonna continue that because we've been doing it. And I'm gonna
Anyway.
continue to break bread with my people.
I
We
break
gotta
bread
figure
with my
this
people
shit-
if the price is
We gotta
right.
figure this shit out. We gotta figure it out.
If the price is right, I'm breaking bread with her. If it's wrong,
We gotta figure it
and
out.
and you can't tell them, can you give me a deal or can you bring this down? Would you be considering bringing this price down?
That's right.
Because blah blah blah. Mary Evans Doe's over here got the same thing. She only selling it for $2.99. You selling it for $6.99.
Well, you should be able to.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to hear that. That you finna get an argument. Well, then go on, take your black ass off. Come around at Mendoza's place. Shit. You feel me? So, I'm just saying. That's what we talking about. We got to get past all that bullshit.
So we gotta have that understanding. As this infrastructure gets built, we gotta have an understanding that we are, like Fubu said, for the people, by the people. You know what I mean? We gotta understand that we can't break our people and bust them over the head.
Okay.
But at the same time, we need to do constant business, but not bust each other over the head. Try to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gut each other.
I
to make
agree.
a sale.
I agree. I agree with all you said. I agree.
I just feel.
I just got to see it to believe it.
I don't know. Maybe I got too.
I got to see it to believe it because I done seen too much of what we do to each other that I know ain't right. I got to see us, whether you got money or not, start somewhere and come together. Maybe it's gonna take a village to raise a child. You used to say it take a village to raise a child. Now it's gonna take a village to raise a village. Let me see it.
I think I can do it.
Well, whatever you decide, I'm backing you all the way. I'll make sure I back you all the way, whatever you decide. It needs to happen, and it needs to get started soon.
For sure.
Something to look into. Yeah, that could be a non-profit right there. Yeah.
Youngsters, I'm tapping in with y'all. I know a handful that got it going on. I'm tapping in with y'all. We see what we can do. Let's meet minds.
I got your name for you too.
And I ain't got nothing against
already.
Like I said, I ain't got nothing against the brothers my age and older. But I just think that it's time. Right now, it's time for us to kind of fall back and play a leadership role and allow for these younger men to take more of a face of the movement type of role. And we fall back and provide our leadership and structure and be a form of discipline when and where needed.
Police our own.
And let these youngsters flourish and take us back to where we supposed to be.
And I suggest everyone go, if you haven't seen, especially you young people, 25 and under, if you have never seen the movie Black Wall Street, the documentary, go and watch it first. Because y'all hear the word, but a lot of y'all don't know what Black Wall Street was. And then once the other one in Brownsville, go watch those documentaries. So you'll know that what you don't want to happen again, or what you don't want to do to happen. You feel me? Go and do that. I think that'll be very educational for y'all.
Lord.
In the meantime, in between time,
you
work your way, I work mine.
We're gonna get up out of here, man. Before I get up out of here, little announcement. August 3rd through the 5th this weekend. They got the major music conference up here
Oh yeah.
in Vegas.
I want to
It's
go.
going down at the Burger Station. Burger Station. The 3rd through the 5th. 3rd through the 5th. So if you in Vegas,
I
man,
want to go.
we're gonna be having all the shakers and movers in the industry. A lot of big timers, a lot of important people, a lot of people that you would want to network with and get to know.
Shakers and movers.
You know, it's going down. So anybody in Vegas that's doing music, any type of media, you might want to slide up there. If not all 3 days, 1 or 2 days, I'm gonna try to make my way up there. You know what I'm saying? Tap in with some of the people.
Tap in.
Again, that's gonna be at Boulder Station Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So y'all pull up. I'm sorry, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Some shit like that. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Yeah. So that's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then this weekend also, it's a couple of fights going down. Got the homie Bubba Jenkins. He fighting in the PFL.
You should announce that earlier.
Huh?
You should announce that earlier. I'm getting it.
Whatever. He doing his thing. Hope you do your shit, champ. Advance in the playoffs. And then you got the motherfucking Diaz and Logan fight. So that's gonna be big. So it's going down, man. So if you're in Vegas, tap in. Holla at your boy. I'm up out of this motherfucker. It's your boy Squeaky Lee.
And I'm your girl, Angel Lyric Queen of Cover Music. This was a good topic.
Together we are. On
Prime Media.
I'm not doing
I was going to say Queen of Cover Music. We are on Prime Media. Peace.
Love y'all, man. Good night. We stayed on hell long.
They're going to delete this one. We gave them good.